Now, it's University of West Alabama Tiger Athletics play-by-play on Sly 104.9 and Sly1049.com.
Welcome to Tiger Stadium for Gulf South Conference football action here on the campus of the University of West Alabama. I'm Will Atkinson, joined, as always, my man Rob Pearson. And we got West Alabama Tigers hosting the Wolves of West Georgia. Rob?
Yes.
It's finally here. GSC play.
We're getting into conference, sort of got through, didn't get through unscathed the early part of what you can't call it preseason because every game certainly matters in D2 football and playoff format. But last week certainly an opportunity to get back on the field and sort of shake off what happened last week against Tuskegee.
Yeah, it was a tough go of it last week as West Alabama fell to Tuskegee 13-10. And West Alabama had an afternoon where, by all accounts, Coach G after the game and this week, he just felt like at times we didn't execute, and he has indicated, as you'll hear in his interview later on, that, the week of preparation has gone well, but West Alabama has got to be able to bounce back after a tough loss against Tuskegee.
Well, you find out who your leaders are and how much it matters to them, right? I mean, after a game like you had against Tuskegee, you realize, we've got a lot of things to work on, really. But the number one thing I think this team has to work on is, the preparation and the attitude during the game and what it takes to come into a game and take care of business. And they did not do that last week, by all accounts.
Absolutely, and you talk about the preparation and the attitude, and those are things that they can absolutely control. You don't get to control the opponents, the officials, the weather, but how you approach every game and how you prepare is definitely within their wheelhouse. And last week West Alabama was held to just 230 yards of total offense. Tucker Melton, 18 of 44 for 207 with an interception and a touchdown. He was sacked twice, and Tuskegee came out with a game plan, and they executed their game plan.
And it was a 13-10 game, which means that any one play anywhere along the line could have changed the game for the better for UWA. UWA just didn't make that play, and for whatever reason, defensively overall played well enough to win, but didn't make the one third down stop that was necessary to win the game. The offense didn't make the one third down conversion that they needed. Gosh, I think offensively we only had one first down that was picked up by a running play.
Right.
Everything else was a pass. So, clearly preparing for a team that came into the game 0-2, and Tuskegee did, versus preparing for West Georgia. Now, Gulf South Conference, plus number 8 ranked team in America. They're 2-0, and they have looked really impressive in both of the games that they played. No trouble, I think, this week being mentally prepared to play football against your opponent and respecting your opponent. There's plenty of respect for the opponent that's across the field today, I promise you.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about, some of the things that happened last week. One of the things that we talked about during the game, post-game, the time of possession was very lopsided.
Yes.
The defense was on the field for almost 42 minutes out of the 60 minutes, and they were tested. They only gave up 13 points, and I think that most everybody would agree that should get you the win more times than not. But you mentioned that there were some third down and fourth down conversions where West Alabama had opportunities on offense, and they just weren't able to capitalize, whether it's a drop or a misread, and they took one to an in-state opponent last week, and they've got to regroup to get this thing underway for the Gulf South Conference.
That's exactly right, and you've got a team in here now that can exploit you. They've got a senior quarterback. You'll hear a lot about Harrison Frost over the next 3 hours, and the senior quarterback's coming in here. He's got numerous records at West Georgia in passing yards for a season, and he had 25 touchdowns last year, passed through the air. And here he is with experience, and it's hard to beat a senior quarterback at any level of football. And so that's what they're bringing to the table. So, but West Alabama knows him. last year West Georgia went 4-1 at home. The one loss was against West Alabama.
Absolutely. You know, when you talk about Harris and Frost, well, Tucker Melton, these two guys are in the top three in the Gulf South Conference as far as passing leaders. Tucker Melton, in his 3 games played, 62 completions, completing just over 51%, 793 yards and 7 touchdowns. Harrison Frost, in his 2 games, 26 completions, 449 yards, and he's been in the end zone 5 times.
And that's saying something, because Tucker Melton did not have a great game last week by any stretch.
No, absolutely.
Not what we had seen from him on the road the previous 2 games to come in here and weren't able to really get anything going offensively. So to still be highly ranked like that, though, says a lot about Tucker Melton and the capability that he has.
Well, and I think some of the things that and we've talked about it during the games, but he has been given a pretty ample amount of time to throw. Like, the offensive line for the pass blocking, I think, has been pretty good. He's been able to have quite a bit of success, and he's been able to spread the ball around. I mean, I'm looking over the receiving sheet here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different guys have caught passes. And then you got, several guys in double digits emerging as one of the go-to guys. John Hilbert, he got off to a quick start last week, and then they held him to virtually nothing in the second half.
Yeah, I just really couldn't find anything that worked last week, especially in the second half. They got shut out completely, and they made a few yards toward the end of the game, but it just wasn't enough to even get into field goal range to try to tie the game. So it's just, I don't know. It was just one of those games that, maybe the staff again struggled to get them to take Tuskegee serious, and it's an excuse, but it happens. You think that players are supposed to show up and play the game every week the same way. It don't happen in any program. No one takes every game the same, and it's the kind of stuff that makes coaches have no hair up top.
No doubt. I'm telling you, I've had years taken off my life on that deal.
You understand that. I mean, you just, no matter how hard you try, you just can't get them to compete at the same level. I don't think we'll have that problem today. Just coming into West Georgia, knowing that this game is conference, the goals for this team are still in front of them.
Absolutely.
There's still Gulf South Conference championships on the line, which West Alabama can absolutely compete for and win. There is, playoff bursts and then go deep in the playoffs. Those are the goals. Those are still out in front of us. Nothing has changed to take those away.
Yeah, I am on board with that 100%. I mean, we look at some of the guys that, got involved last week. You said that Tucker Melton had a little bit of a slow week, 18 of 44 for 207 with a touchdown and a pick. One of the things that was a shocker to me when you look at you reflect on last week, West Alabama was not able to establish any type of run at all last week. It was 16 carries where they netted 23 yards total. Like, the longest run from scrimmage was 7 yards. And they just weren't able to establish that. And I think that's something that will be key today is trying to figure out how to get that aspect of the game, into the game plan so that they can't just, play defense on the pass.
Shorter's leading Valdosta in the fourth quarter, 30-27, by the way. And guess who's next week's opponent for West Alabama? Is Shorter.
That's right.
And the week after that is Valdosta. So, it's Gulf South Conference playtime, and everybody's in conference today, and it gets fun, like you said.
It's an absolute, for the folks, if you're not familiar with the Gulf South Conference, it's phenomenal, and it's a great time. But, we're about 20 minutes or so from the kickoff. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll try to hear from Coach Brett Gilliland. And we'll get this game number 1 of the Gulf South Conference kicked off here in Livingston. We'll take a quick break on Sly 1049.
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family-owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Will Atkinson and Rob Pearson here getting ready for the West Alabama, West Georgia kickoff here. We're about 18 minutes away. A lot going on in the Gulf South Conference with teams getting underway into conference play. Looking across the schedule from last week, that would have been the September 17th. Shorter fell to Albany State 42-20. North Greenville bested Mississippi College 41-19. Delta State 28 over Mississippi Valley. Mississippi Valley State 17, and Valdosta over Miles 55-7. Across the conference today, as Rob mentioned, Valdosta State is at Shorter. Shorter is currently winning that contest. University of Findlay traveled to North Greenville. Delta State will play this evening down in Pensacola, and Mississippi College will go to McNeese State tonight at 7 o'clock. These teams are all getting underway. North Greenville has already played one conference game. They're 1-0, so everybody else, first games in the league. And, you know, there's a whole heck of a lot going on within the Gulf South Conference in the fact that, I mean, on any given day, anybody can win.
Yeah, you know, certainly the Gulf South Conference has done very good out of region. I mean, you know, or out of conference, rather. And so it's just solidified, obviously, the fact that Gulf South Conference is one of, if not the strongest league in America. Now, the problem is you've got to finish in the top 2 or 3 to get in the playoffs, right? And that's not going to be easy. But it starts today with our game here at West Georgia. We're certainly keeping our eye out on Delta State, West Florida. Delta State, we had a rough year last year, but getting a win last week. And then we'll find out a little bit more about them today when they play West Florida. That Valdosta Shorter game is going down to the wire, it sounds like. So we'll have the winner of that game coming up here shortly. So we'll know sort of how those two shake out. But every week's it's going to be like that.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're going to be able to talk about is the Military Appreciation Day that we've got going on. We'll be able to hear from Coach Brett Gilliland, but first we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Coach G on Sly 104.9.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They lead the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Demopolis, Alabama.
We're here with Coach Brett Gilliland, the head coach of the Tigers. And Coach, I appreciate you meeting with me pre-game before the game against West Georgia. But coming off a tough week last week against Tuskegee, how did the preparation go this week of practice?
It really was a good week of practice. You know, our guys, we had some hot days this week, and our guys handled it really well. There was a lot more focus, a lot more energy. You know, our guys were as embarrassed as I was by last week's effort, and just the overall mental focus and intensity that we took into the ball game, and the lack of physicality that we played with. Kudos to Tuskegee again for coming in and playing physical and whipping us on the line of scrimmage several times. But this week I felt like we bounced back. I felt like we came to practice every day with the right attitude and with the goal and mindset to make sure that we fix the problems we have. Number one being focus and energy and effort.
You know, you talk about that energy and effort and focus, and, you know, I run across some of the guys across campus. You know, you see them in the cafeteria or on the sidewalk, and, you know, I could see that in the interactions that I had with those guys. And, you know, although the defense was on the field, you know, quite a bit last week, they held Tuskegee to 13 points. Michael Anderson earns the GSC Defensive Player of the Week honors. I mean, he racks up 13 tackles, 9 solos. Describe the impact that Michael and other guys like Trevante Carter and Jamal Ellis have on the defense.
You know, just talking about Michael, if we had energy and effort's never been his issue. You know, he's always given great effort and had great energy, and we got to feed off that. We got to feed off that, and for most part, the defense usually does. But as a team, we got to feed off of guys like him who bring it every day, and you know, and we didn't do that as a team. We didn't play very good team football. You know, defense did hold them. I mean, if we hold a team to 13 points, we have to win the game. We got to find ways, though. We didn't have any 3-and-outs. We got to find ways to get them off the field sooner. And then the flip side of that, we got to keep the ball on sustained drives and make sure the defense doesn't stay on the field as long as many times as they were last Saturday. But you know, we are getting some good play from several guys there. Proud of Mike for getting Defensive Player of the Week. We just got to, as a team, we've got to match that intensity. You know,
you said it. It's a team game, and you know, the season within a season begins now with the GSC scheduled. You got a ranked West Georgia coming in. What are your initial thoughts on the GSC as everybody, you know, gets into the full conference slate this week?
Well, I think everybody looks, you know, throughout. Some people have played 2 games, some have played 3, but everybody has looked really good at some point or another in their first 3 weeks, and it's GSC football. You know, from top to bottom, there's been a lot of good teams playing and beating teams handily that are outside the conference, and obviously starting with the one we got in here today is as good as anybody I've seen. But it's GSC. You show up each week, and you know, like I tell the guys all the time, every week we can win the game, every week we can lose the game. It's about how we show up and how we play, and you know, if we don't show up ready to go as we roll into the GSC, especially today, then it could get really bad.
Well, you know, you talk about ways that you can win, and offensively, Tucker Melton, he's completing over 51% of his passes. He's found the end zone 7 different times, and awesome enough, he's hooked up with 5 different receivers for touchdown passes. You know, what have you seen through the first 3 games that may give some level of indication of what these skill guys could bring as you get into GSC play?
Well, you've seen sparks of what we're capable of, but it's just sparks. There hasn't been the consistency in the pass game of throwing the ball, catching the ball, blocking, and all that working together consistently over time. But you've seen the big play potential we have at times. We've got to catch the ball better. We've got to throw the ball better. We said our completion percentage, especially last week, was pathetic, and a lot of that was all three of those. It started with some blocking issues, throwing issues, and then some drop passes. But you've seen the potential there, and the thing we got to keep remembering is we got a lot of guys working together for the first time, and it's a growing process, and we got to keep doing things as coaches to make sure that we nurture where we are in the process and where we want to get to, and that's what we took a step back and made sure we were doing things correctly this week.
It is a process, and I've enjoyed seeing that some of these guys learn working with each other. Our receiving core, I think when I looked at the stats, we've got it down to maybe 10 or 11 different guys that have caught passes. And on the ground, Demetrius Battle, he's still knocking on the door of cracking into that top 10 all time in rushing yards and in touchdowns. He's just under 300 yards away from breaking into that. How are guys like Demetrius Battle, Bry Webb, maybe even Antonio Brown going to factor in on your ground game moving forward?
They've got to be a big factor. Demetrius is as good as we've had around here in a long time. We've had some really good backs, and really all three of those guys are really, really good and have a huge potential to be good football players. But we got to run the ball. We got to find a way to orchestrate the run game better, and that obviously always starts up front. But it's with those guys too, of reading it right and hitting the right holes, and the quarterback for making sure we give it when we're supposed to give it and throw it when we're supposed to throw it. But all together collectively, we've got the ability. We got to be more physical, and we got to be able to establish a run game. And if we can't do that, like we couldn't last week, then we're in for some long days.
Yeah, you talk about the physicality, and I have no doubt that that's something that the Tigers will, answer to any challenge that's presented to them. But you got West Georgia coming in this week. They're ranked 8th in the nation. They've had a bye week, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for us. And a defense that's only allowed 7 points all year. What are your thoughts on what it's going to take to get a victory here in front of the home crowd against West Georgia?
I think they're a really, really good football team. I think the number 8th ranking is very is correct, if not too low. They may should be ranked a little bit higher, but they are an extremely good football team in all three phases. Coach Dean does a great job of coaching. They have a lot of guys back, nucleus of guys back, including their quarterback. So yeah, it's going to have to be. We're going to play a better game than we've played all year in all three phases. And, defense is going to have to continue to limit points and limit drives and find ways to get them off the field. And then offense, we got to sustain drives and get the ball in the end zone and be able to find a run game and run the ball effectively to get everything going. But, yeah, they're a good team, good physical team. It's always a physical game when we play them. And, they'll come in here ready to go. And just like every other GSC opponent we play, we got to show up and be ready to play our best.
Well, we beat them on the road last year in front of their home crowd, and for the second straight week, you and your guys are going to have the opportunity to play here in Tiger Stadium in front of the Tiger fans. What's that mean to this ball club going into the first game of the GSC?
Oh, I love it. I love staying here and playing. We got a earlier 2 o'clock kickoff again, and looks like the weather's great, so. That's a good thing. We've changed the schedule some just to make sure that we're doing everything we can as coaches to make sure that our guys have the best chance to show up and be successful by 2 o'clock. So, tweaked a few things there in our schedule, and, ultimately we got to show up and play ball.
Coach, I know that you got a lot going on game day, but, before we wrap things up, just some closing thoughts as we get ready to kick off this 2022 Gulf South Conference season opener against West Georgia at home.
Well, I hope I hope you see a lot more energy and effort and focus than what we played with last week, and a lot more physicality. And I think our guys have practiced well and are ready to do that. And so ready to get it started and see.
Coach, as always, thanks so much for your time, and good luck as you take on West Georgia. That was Coach Brett Gilliland, head coach of the Tigers. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get ready for kickoff here on Sly 104.9.
In today's world, it's nice to know who you're spending your money with. That's why at GoCo's Exxon stores in Butler, Gilbertown, Silas, Coffeyville, Millry, Chatham, and Sweetwater, they are proud to be American-owned and operated. Stop into one of their stores today for a hot stuffed pizza, for real milkshake, ice cold drinks, snacks. They got everything. They even carry hunting and fishing supplies in most of their stores. Thanks for shopping local with your area GoCos.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
That king-cut ribeye at Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mark pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The captains are making their way to the sideline. Looks like this afternoon's captains for West Alabama will be Demetrius Battle, Michael Anderson. That'll be Shamar Lewis and Cordell Watts, as they will be going to do it a little different today. It doesn't look like they're going to actually meet at midfield. They're going to walk the 30, Rob.
Seen them do that before when the band kind of gets in the way. Move out to one side. But Michael Anderson, the reigning defensive player of the week, after a loss, mind you, that's how good the defense played last week. I mean, Michael Anderson had, what'd you say, 13, 14 tackles?
Yeah, he had, and 9 of those were solo last week. And
just all over the field. And he really, it's up to him and Shamar Lewis to keep this defense motivated, focused, and prepared for this West Georgia offense that's coming up. I mean, they're the 2 leaders of this defense, and they've got to be the ones that do it. So I'm proud to see those 2 out there on the field as the defensive captain.
Yeah, it's a beautiful afternoon. I'm going to try to channel my inner, Joe Cantori kind of thing. 88 degrees and sunny here in Livingston with variable and light winds coming out of the east at 4 miles an hour.
I'm glad you didn't.
And not a cloud in the sky. So it's a beautiful afternoon in Livingston for
Jim Cantori usually brings the other stuff.
we're chasing sunshine and football today.
That's right. West Georgia did win the toss and elected to defer until the second half, so West Alabama is going to get the ball and kick right. They're going to receive it, going right to left. So West Georgia is deciding to play for the second half, I guess. And go ahead and give West Alabama the football. Can't say I blame you.
West Alabama making their way as they run through. Looks like Ryan Cram will be carrying the nation's colors as he joins the team. West Alabama is going to be decked out in the all-red today. Red pants, red jerseys, trimmed in white with a red headgear. West Georgia across the way, they'll be in their road whites, white pants trimmed in blue, white jerseys trimmed in blue and red with red headgear and blue trim there. As we are about a minute or so away from kick, and this is what the guys, it's the season within the season, so to speak, as West Alabama and West Georgia come into today. Their first meeting was back in 1983. West Alabama 16-22 all time against West Georgia. with a winning record at home, 11-10 here in Tiger Stadium. So of their 16 wins, 11 of those have been here in Tiger Stadium in front of this home crowd, and a crowd that is continuing to filter in this afternoon as we've got an awesome afternoon for football.
A little bit of a late arriving crowd today, but Will, one thing we've got to do is sort of figure out our home woes here. I mean, the Tigers since last year and this year so far have played better on the road than they have at home. And I'm sure that was a point of emphasis with the coaching staff this week to figure out, what is it we need to do to be ready to play at home just like we are on the road. So this is a big game to do it in because, like I said, it being Gulf South Conference play and against the number 8th ranked team in America, this turns heads when you get a win over a ranked team like this.
West Georgia started the season with a 38-7 win over Carson Newman. And then in week number 2, 42-0 over Morehouse. Was off last week, so all they've been doing for the last 2 weeks is studying West Alabama.
Yep.
As we're just seconds away from getting this one underway, doing the kicking duties.
Hearing some hollering and chattering from the West Alabama sidelines. We didn't hear it all last week. So, I mean, the kickoff hadn't even started. And a little bit of encouragement from the sidelines. A little bit more than we saw all of last week.
Pellegrino will kick it off for West Georgia. Back deep for West Alabama will be Darius Nelson. And here to the near side. Catch that number.
5 is what it was, I believe.
Pellegrino puts a foot into it. End over end will be fielded by Nelson at his own 7. He crosses the 10, the 15, makes a move at the 18. He gets out to the 20, and he'll be forced out of bounds right near the 21-yard line. As we'll get an opportunity to see Tucker Melton in this offense. They'll have it first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Darius Nalls getting the start at wide receiver. Will be at the ex-receiver on the far side. Didn't see him at all last week, so glad to see that weapon back on the field.
3 wide receiver set for West Alabama. Nalls to the top side. Hilbert and Pollard here to the near side. Melton will be in shotgun. He'll have 8-ball in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to 8-ball. He goes to Nalls first off, and that'll be a complete pass. As Nalls will pick up 9 on the play. So you talk about Nalls, and there he is. 1 pitch, 1 catch, and it'll be a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1 for West Alabama.
The wide receivers did well, but we were missing Nalls last week. There's no question.
He is an impact player for sure, as Melton will be in shotgun, 2nd and 1. Fakes the handoff. He goes to his receiver. That's going to be Hilbert. He'll catch it at the 40, and he'll be wrestled to the ground at the 43. So another first down for West Alabama. And Melton finding Hilbert. A favorite wide receiver is Hilbert.
Yep. He's caught a lot this year. He's caught another one right there, but they were sort of keying already on Nalls, and so that drew attention to Nalls and gave Hilbert an open field.
First down and 10. West Alabama from their own 43. Tucker Melton hands off to Demetrius Battle, and he goes nowhere. He's going to lose 2 on the play, as the defensive front for West Georgia sniffed that one out, so it'll be a 2-yard loss on first down.
It was a complete miscommunication on the offensive line. Delvin Salter was looking at his guard on the play like, I thought you had him. And neither one of them got
it. Where'd who go?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
2nd down and 12. West Alabama from their own 41. 4 wide receiver set. You got G. Pollard here to the numbers on the near side. 8-ball in the backfield. Melton wants to throw. He's got a man on the far sideline, and that one will be thrown into the West Georgia bench. Intended receiver was number 1, Darius Nalls. So target Nalls twice on the afternoon. He's 1 of 2, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Pollard, Hilbert here to the near side. Nalls on the numbers top side.
Owen Harper tight end right here. I think Owen Harper may, unless he's left in to protect. There he goes. He's not protected.
Melton back to throw. He wants to go to Pollard, and that one's going to be deflected at the line. And fortunately for West Alabama, that one falls incomplete. That one had trouble written all over it.
Oh, fortunate that's just incomplete, because it got tipped as he threw the ball, and I mean a wounded duck came out of there, and it was anybody's ball for a minute there. And fortunately it hit the turf, because there were 2 different wolves there that could have intercepted that ball.
Trey Sullivan back to punt for West Alabama on the 4th down and 12. Back to receive will be LaPerry Perry. He stands at his own 22. Sullivan wobbly spiral. Fair catch at the 25 by Perry, and flags coming in from the far sideline.
Well, that's usually a good, actually 2 flags on the play, one in the offensive backfield and then one downfield near where the punt was caught. So it could be holding on both teams. I believe if we get the opportunity, we should punt it again. And if they will say offset penalties and have to play the play over, that would be awesome. Because I believe Sullivan can punt the ball better than he just did. I mean, that's a 36-yard punt, 38-yard punt maybe.
Yeah, his long of the year is 45. He's averaging about 35 and a half.
33-yard punt. I know he can punt the ball better than that. So they're talking to West Georgia's coach and not talking to West Alabama. They are talking to West Alabama's coach, too. Let's see.
There are 2 fouls in the play. Illegal blindside block on the kicking team, number 16.
Wow.
Illegal block in the back on the return team. Those penalties offset. Replay 4th down.
Well, that's a penalty. The penalty is going to be offsetting penalties. They call it illegal block and back, illegal blindside block. I've never seen that called before on the punting team. In that short, I mean, you're blocking in a phone booth, and they blindside blocked somebody? Are you kidding? But that was called, and then blocking the back on the return, which you have seen called a bunch of times.
Sullivan gets it away. Perry, fair catch, will be at the 22-yard line. So almost a carbon copy. I think we got 3 extra yards on that punt right there.
It's a 35-yard punt. Yeah, I mean, we got 2 extra yards on that back to the 23.
So a win for West Alabama. We get 2 extra yards on the punt, and that'll bring the defensive unit out for West Alabama. And the first opportunity for us to look at the West Georgia offense led by Harrison Frost, the senior out of Kennesaw, Georgia.
They're starting Zion Curtis at running back. He's listed as a second-string guy, but he's got the most yards.
Fakes it, goes out to the far side. Pass will be caught at the 30, and that'll be to number 2. That looks like Terrell Cole. Cole will pick up the first down for West Georgia as Frost, as you mentioned, Rob, has Custis in the backfield. He's got a 4 wide receiver set, 2 here to the near side.
Zion Custis. Scat back. Gets it here.
Hands off to Custis. He goes right side. He crosses the 35 out to the 40, and he's met by a whole host of Tigers. Leading the charge right there for West Alabama looks to be number 99, Terrence Monroe. But a gain tackle after a gain of about 6 yards on first down.
I just heard Jason Garner say Curtis, and both of our rosters say Custis. So assuming it's Custis.
I'm going to go with what we have, and maybe it's just easier to say Curtis. I would agree, but second down and 4. Custis on the handoff comes to the right side. He makes a move at the line of scrimmage, and he lunges forward. It looks like he'll get the yard to gain, so that'll be another first down for West Georgia as we hit the 12:08 mark here in the first quarter. 0-0 your score in Livingston. Checking in for West Alabama is going to be number 0, Shadarian Archie. One of the defensive leaders is Archie. Frost in shotgun. He's got Custis to his left. Wants to throw. He's got a little bit of a time. That one in and off the fingertips of the intended wide receiver. That's number 19, Ronnie Blackman. Threw that one a little high. Pressure by West Alabama getting in there and forcing the second down.
D. Mason coverage there, and the pass was a little high. Tipped off the wide receiver, and kind of hoping the Tigers had a player there that could have intercepted that ball. It would have been a big break.
3 wide receiver set for Frost. He's got Custis in the backfield. Hands off to Custis. He's got room here to the right side. He crosses the line of scrimmage, and boom, just like that. Getting in there quick, fast, and in a hurry was number 17, Bishop Bro, and Michael Anderson in on the stop as well.
Austin Cosby started. He got penetration and was able to slow down the running back enough to get some help there. And once help came, it was good. So, again, only a 2-yard gain, 3rd and long here.
3rd and long for the Wolves. Frost wants to throw. He's going to near side. And that was well covered step for step. In coverage was D. Mays. Intended receiver was LaPerry Perry. And that'll bring up 4th down and 8. And West Alabama's defense stingy there on the first possession for West Georgia.
Yeah, that was good. And they'll make some adjustments sort of to him in that running game because they went with their smaller, quicker running back against West Alabama, Zion Custis, and sort of hit some outside runs that got them good field position. But some throws that were not on the mark by Harrison Frost there, quarterback for the Wolves.
Riley Mason to punt it away. Darius Nelson. Looked like West Alabama may have got a finger on that one, as getting in there in a hurry looked to be Chris Benyon, as that one floats out of bounds.
Yeah, it was.
At about the 18-yard line.
I think Chris Benyon affected that punt. If he didn't get to it, he certainly affected it. He was close enough to that punter to sort of, they still get it inside the 20, but it was not a good-looking punt.
I'll tell you, we've talked about Chris Benyon on special teams each and every game, and he's continuing to play a big factor. As West Alabama's offense will come out, 1st down and 10. They work from their own 18-yard line. 11:01 remaining in this first quarter. We've got a 3-wide receiver set, 2 here to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Melton wants to throw. He wants to go across the middle. He's got Caleb Bass. That's going to be a West Alabama 1st down and a gain of about 12 or 13 yards on the play.
That is an outstanding catch by Caleb Bass between 2 players, West Georgia Wolves. A good pass, but a better catch.
West Alabama moving quickly, 1st and 10. Hands it off to Battle. Battle bounces around at the line of scrimmage, goes to the right side, and he'll gain a couple of yards on the play. We'll call it 3 as he gets across the 35.
Those are 3 hard yards right there by Demetrius Battle. The holes are just not coming open for him yet, but you got to keep testing.
2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7 for West Alabama. 5-wide receiver set, empty backfield. Melton in the shotgun, working from their own 35-yard line. The snap, Melton wants to throw across the middle. He's got G. Pollard, and he threw it behind Pollard as he slammed on the brakes to try to make the play. And in coverage was number 0, Deontay Overstreet, and that one falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 from the 36.
Yeah, it looked like West Georgia's defense was not sure what kind of defense they wanted to run against the formation, but they had us all covered there. Big 3rd down conversion, try to flip this field a little bit.
3rd down and 7 for West Alabama from their 35. Tucker Melton wants to throw, and there's pressure. He's going to be sacked. Tucker Melton had nothing to do right there except tuck the football, loses big-time yardage, and a gang tackle as they were able to get into the backfield and will force the punting unit onto the field once again for West Alabama.
West Georgia sent a blitz from the boundary side. They were on the right, near the right hash mark, and they came in from the boundary side where West Alabama had fewer blockers and just overwhelmed them on that side and couldn't get the ball off in time. There's just not much going there for the Tigers.
Flags on the play prior to, as you hear right there, that's the head referee, Brian Detweiler. His mic seems to be working this week. I'm happy about that, but you get a false start there on West Alabama. Bring up 4th and extra long.
The Tigers have got to figure out how to get Tucker Melton to not get hit so often. He got hit about 3 different times on that drive, and the last one resulted in a sack.
Nice punt by Sullivan. Return man Perry decides to back away from it. It'll come to rest at the West Georgia 35-yard line.
That's about a 44-yard punt. That's a little better punt that time by Sullivan, so glad to see it. It was a good time for it.
Sullivan, the junior from Leroy, Alabama, he put a foot in that one and helps West Alabama's cause by getting the field flipped a bit. 9:16 remaining in the first quarter. 0-0 your score as West Alabama hosts number 8 West Georgia. The Wolves made the trip over from Carrollton, door to door, 253 miles. It's about a 4-hour ride. As Harrison Frost brings his offense out. Once again, we'll see Zion Custis in the backfield. He's got a 4-wide receiver set, kind of bunched here to the near side. Harrison claps, fakes the handoff. He wants to throw out of the backfield. Pass complete to number 19, but he's upended by Kel Williams. Kel Williams sniffed that one out, Rob, and tackled for him a loss in the backfield. That's going to lose about 4 yards on the play.
There's an RPO, and the quarterback thought he had numbers on that left side. He had 2 wide receivers and 2 defensive players out there. He sent the running back in that direction. Kel Williams just beat his man, and that's what you like to see on defense.
2nd down and long. Harrison wants to throw. He's got time. Well covered down the field. He's going to hit the receiver here to the near side, but he's hemmed up. It'll be a short gain. It's a decent gain. It's a gain of about 8.
It's a flag in the middle of the field, and that is in the middle of the defensive secondary. That's not in a good spot. The spot of a defensive hold. You just can't give him that much time. There's nothing good can come of it, Will. So Tigers have got to find a way to get home. They called a defensive hold on the Tigers. They got T.J. Newell on the hold, and again, when you have more than 3 seconds to throw the ball, you have a higher opportunity to get things like defensive holding. So when the receivers start breaking off their routes, you got to grab hold of something sometimes, and sometimes you get caught doing it. So it's a first down.
First down for West Georgia. They work from their own 43. Hand off to Custis. Custis met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Tigers. He may get one on the play.
Carry by number 3, Custis.
As West Alabama's defensive front slowing him down, they're going to give him 2. He's second down and 8. As we approach the 8-minute mark, nothing your score here on a beautiful afternoon. Fans still kind of filtering in here to Tiger Stadium. West Georgia with a sprinkling of fans across the way. Frost wants to throw, comes to the near side. He's going to hook up with Blackman. Blackman makes a move at the 35, the 30, the 25. West Alabama's going to have to get him to the ground. They wrestle him to the ground at the 15-yard line as Blackman caught it at about the 35 and made a move, and he gets a big first down.
That's what a senior quarterback can do for you. The Tigers blitzed 2 linebackers, and just before they got home to him, he stood in the pocket and delivered a throw on the money. And that's what we heard about Harrison Frost, the senior quarterback. He was a perfect throw to good yards after catch by his wide receiver.
First and 10 from the West Alabama 15. Fakes the handoff, wants to throw across the middle. He's got a receiver. That receiver's going to be number 5, Perry. He catches it, and he'll be brought down at about the 1-yard line. So it'll be first down and goal for the Wolves from the West Alabama 1. So West Georgia moving the football here, making the most out of the penalty and the first down that came after it.
Well, you've got to stop the run first, and they've done that on this drive. But now Harrison Frost is starting to throw his receivers open, and that's tough to defend when he can do that.
One wide receiver at the numbers on the far side. Custis in the backfield, hands off to Custis. He makes a move, and West Alabama closes up the hole on him.
He lost a half a yard. And it's sheer effort to get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, that was an outstanding defense. The defense kind of expected that play.
Wholesale changes up front for West Alabama, and you're right, Rob, and West Alabama just shut it down at the point of attack. So second down and goal.
Now, West Georgia's bringing in Jackson Carson. This is a senior running back who's listed as their starter. He's 230 pounds. He's going to take a direct snap here.
Direct snap to him. He pauses, waits, finds his way to the right side, and he'll get into the end zone for a West Georgia touchdown. And you called it, Rob. Direct snap right to number 23, Jackson Carson. And he's able to get in for a West Georgia touchdown. And to kick for the Wolves, place kicker.
It was a counter play. He sort of faked the run to the left and countered back to the right. They ran a little bit of a trap block and Target had a little opening there to get in the end zone.
Good snap.
He missed it.
Good hold. And the kick hit the uprights. So 6-0 your score in favor of the Wolves. We'll take a quick break on Sly 104.9. Ooh, that's a
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. West Georgia gets in the end zone, 7 plays, 64 yards, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. As Jackson Karsten takes it in from about a yard out. The kick hits the uprights. No good. So 6-0 your score as we're waiting on the official word from the Red Hat.
Yep.
Mr. Troy Maddox taking care of that for us this afternoon.
Checking in on some other scores with 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Clemson and Wake Forest are tied at 38.
38.
Down in Winston-Salem.
Getting ready to kick it off.
Tell me if you saw that coming.
I did not. Getting ready to kick it off will be Brock Pellegrino, the sophomore from Brazelton, Georgia. Back for West Alabama is going to be Darius Nelson. Looks like G. Pollard here to the near side. End-over-end kick. That'll be fielded by Nelson at the 11. He'll bring it across the 15. Upended at the 19. Hit hard right there by West Georgia's special teams. Just took his legs right out from under him. A little somersault. Clean hit.
You know, I can't endorse fighting, or especially on your own team, or anything like that. But Nelson deserves an apology from somebody on that play. There was a guy who was supposed to be blocked, and he was never touched.
He was
and he
not.
came in just totally, unblocked at all, and made that tackle at the 20. I really thought Nelson was going to have an opportunity for a big return there. And I mean, you got to put a hat on a hat, guys.
Pollard and Hilbert here to the near side. Melton in shotgun. He's going to hand that one off to Demetrius Battle. Battle wants to come here near side. He hurdles one man, and then he's taken down at the 20. Short gain on the play. Now, for a big dude, I mean, looking at the sheet here, Demetrius Battle, 6'2", 240. He leapt over one man right there.
Yeah, he tried to. he definitely made an extra yard by doing so. The outside runs are not his special.
He's a north and south guy for sure. A little confusion, but 8-ball gets the handoff, finds his way across the 20. He'll get it out to the 25. So a nice gain on the play, so a 5-yard gain. That'll bring up third down. And you said it, I mean, he's not a speed guy. I mean, he's a power back, and when he has to try to make the corner, typically that's not his forte.
He's better in a phone booth, which he picked up 5 yards in a phone booth right there.
Third down and 5, West Alabama from their own 25-yard line. Melton in shotgun. He wants to throw. He goes to the far side. He's got one-on-one coverage, and that was Darius Nalls. And, whoa, a late flag.
It was late.
Hey, I mean, we're talking about months late.
And on the West Georgia sideline, too, Darius Nalls went up. He only went up with his right hand to catch the ball. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, why didn't he use his left hand? Probably because his left hand was being grabbed by a West Georgia player on that far side. And it was number 2 for West Georgia, and Antoine Davis, who is not listed. Well, he is a backup defensive back on their depth chart. But they picked on him there, and Nalls got the best of him. They got the flag and a first down.
First down for West Alabama. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 40. 4 wide receivers. Check that. We'll call it 3 wide receivers with 1 man in the backfield. That's going to be Demetrius Battle. Hand off to Battle. Stutter step at the line. He carries it across the 40, and he'll lunge forward. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. So 4 yards on first down. I'm not going to complain about that too much as Battle gets in there and does some heavy lifting.
Yeah, that's staying ahead of the change. You can get 4 yards on first down. That's helpful. Opens up the playbook a little more for second, third down.
Second down and 6. Melton in shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers, but he's going to hand it off to Battle, and Battle's going to be taken down for a 2-yard loss. Getting into the backfield quick was number 45, Keandre Williams.
It came from the backside. You just can't get caught from the backside. But they intentionally did not block him. He just trailed the play and made the tackle in the backfield. Now, if you're reading him, then you misread the play. But I think it was a good play by Williams there.
5 wide receivers. G. Pollard, the lone receiver here to the numbers on this near side. Melton will be in shotgun. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Whistles and flags abound.
That's not good.
It is not good. False start against the Tigers. It'll remain 3rd down.
They got Brandon Kirksey's at left tackle tonight for the Tigers. I guess getting out of his stance just a tad early, so it makes this 3rd down a little longer. And I would expect West Georgia to blitz here, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. As West Alabama's in a 4 wide receiver set, he throws near side to G. Pollard, and that was off the hands, then the shoulder, and then just missed being able to pick that one off on the deflection was Devontae Overstreet. So West Alabama is going to have to bring on the punting unit once again.
The Tigers were expecting blitz and didn't get it. And West Georgia had plenty of guys in coverage to make the tackle if G. Pollard had caught the ball. But so it would have been, I mean, they'd have tackled him 5, 6, 7 yards short of the 1st down anyway, but still got to make that catch.
Perry back to receive at his own 30. Wobbly spiral. That looked like it may have hit off of a West Georgia player, but
didn't, but it was awful close. And a great bounce by Sullivan. The ball landed at the 30, Will, and rose all the way down to the 10. You're exactly correct. It was very close, within a couple of inches of bouncing off a West Georgia football player, which would have been outstanding for the West Alabama Tigers. But as it were, it'll just go down as a nice coffin kick and one of the best punts of the day for Trey Sullivan.
Absolutely. It's a media timeout here. We'll take it with them. 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. 6-0 your score in favor of the Wolves here on Sly 104.9.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They leave the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Demopolis, Alabama.
In today's world, it's nice to know.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Still waiting on the official word from the Red Hat, Mr. Troy Maddox, to get out of the media timeout.
Well, Missouri missed a 26-yard field goal to win the game at the end of regulation, and they are in overtime with Auburn. Just FYI.
Harrison, he's got it 1st down and 10 from his own 10. Fakes the handoff. He throws far side. I think that's to Blackman. The pass will be complete at the 10, and he'll take it across the 12. They'll push him out at the 13-yard line. Scratch that. That was Tay Huff. I got the 13 and the 19 confused.
That's a play Tuskegee had a lot of success with, and we've seen it twice already today, and they've netted, I don't know, about 4 yards total out of both those plays. So the Tigers have definitely improved in defending that play in space.
Frost on 2nd down. He wants to throw. He goes far side. He's going to get complete to his wide receiver. But in there, looks like that's going to be a tackle made by Shamar Lewis. And you hear a collective gasp as Lewis takes him to the ground after a gain of about 4. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 2 from the Wolves' 18-yard line. So West Alabama, with a little excitement here, got the folks in Tiger Stadium on their feet.
A lot of credit to the receiver for holding on to that football because Lewis absolutely planted him. 3rd down 2.
3rd down and 2. Frost in the shotgun. He wants to throw. He's going to go across the middle. He misses his wide receiver. Intended receiver was Javian West.
Will, that is so big. I don't know that the defense was able to get off the field last week on any third and less than 5. And so here we are getting off the field on a third down and 2 with the ball still deep in Wolf territory. So West Alabama should get good field position following this punt.
I'm going to date myself. I'll buy that for $1.
How about himself? That's exactly right.
Pellegrino. Excuse me, that's Riley Mason. He'll punt it away. He stands at his own 3-yard line. And it looks like they're going to signal a false start as a flag comes in. It's laying at the 20.
Just better be against them. If it's against us, it's a first down. So fortunately it is against West Georgia. That'll help out even more.
You love it when your return man standing at his own 46-yard line.
Yep. I wish he'd move up.
As Darius Nelson.
His last punt was not good.
He punts it away, a high spiral. That was hammered. That'll be fielded at the 35. And Nelson slips and falls. The ball comes out, and I'm afraid West Georgia is going to.
Now they're going to roll his elbow off the ground in West Alabama football. When he caught the ball and his elbow hit the ground and forced the ball to come out, he lost his footing.
His foot slipped out from under him.
Otherwise, he had some running room. He could have got the ball out to the field. That's a huge break for both teams, really, because had he ruled it a fumble, it'd been West Georgia football. But it was not because the ground caused the fumble. But the bad break for West Alabama is he probably had at least 10, 15-yard return ahead of him.
I say an easy 10 to 15. That's right. Yeah, he when he planted, his foot just went out from under him, and he went straight to the turf. But that'll bring Tucker Melton out as we're getting more whistles before the start of the play.
Discussion on the far sideline, and I don't know what the discussion's about.
It's like, hey, after the game, we going to eat, or what's the plan? I think they've got it sorted out, whatever it was. It'll be 1st down and 10 for West Alabama. They'll work from their own 34-yard line. 1:57 remaining in the first quarter. The Tigers trail by 6.
That was a great punt by their punter. That field.
Tucker Melton's got Bry Webb in the backfield. He'll fake the handoff to Webb. He'll throw across the middle to number 13. That's Chris Binion, and he takes a big lick, but not before West Alabama gets a nice first down.
I am happy to see Chris Binion get some offensive playing time. He has been we talked about him on special teams. But now, here he is making a big catch over the middle, knowing he was going to get hit by the safety. A legal clean hit, by the way. It was nothing wrong with the hit. But he did get hit hard, but held on to that football. And that's a tough play that the West Alabama Tigers need to see. Now, will Tigers have a man shaken up?
Looks like Delvin Salter.
Yep.
Gingerly coming to the sideline on his own power, but I'm with you. Chris Binion getting a big catch right there, and he's in at wide receiver here on 1st down. 1st and 10 from the West Alabama 48. Bry Webb will get the carry. He's got a hole on the left side. He crossed the 45 to 40, the 35 to 30. He's got a little room. He's going to be wrestled to the ground at the 15-yard line, and a huge run by Bry Webb.
You know, the speed of which Bry Webb hits the hole caught West Georgia by surprise. Demetrius Ballard has good features, but that Bry Webb hits the hole like a firework.
Nice job right there by West Alabama's Bry Webb, and a good job up front. As Melton wants to throw on 1st down, he's got a wide receiver coming across the slant in the middle. He'll hook up. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Excuse me. Let me go with it. It's a 5-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. That's to number 1, Nalls. So Nalls, here he is in the mix again.
Yep, that's right.
2nd down and 5. Bry Webb on the handoff. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Decision time now for the coaching staff. Coach Don Bailey, he's got to decide now. If Nalls has got one-on-one coverage on that far side, I kind of look for them to try that out again.
You've got Binion and Hilbert and Caleb Bass, 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Nalls one-on-one on the numbers. By himself, Bry Webb in the backfield. 3rd down. Melton wanting to throw. He's got Nalls in the corner of the end zone. West Alabama touchdown.
Back shoulder throw. Nalls just beat his man one-on-one. And because we know when Nalls is one-on-one, he's open. And, and that was a one-on-one matchup that we felt comfortable with. He did exactly what I thought he'd do, Will. He went right to it.
You dialed it up, and Tucker Melton was able to deliver the strike, and West Alabama's in there. They've got it knotted up at 6. Gabe Dunkel, he'll be in to attempt the PAT. In to hold will be Trey Sullivan. Snap's good, the hold's good, the kick, it's up, and it'll get through there. West Alabama leads it 7-6 with 28 seconds left in this first quarter. We'll take a quick break here on Sly 104.9.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
That king-cut ribeye, Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston, just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
7-6 your score. West Alabama, 66 yards on 5 plays. It only took them $129 as Tucker Melton was able to hook up with Darius Nalls for the touchdown. Dunkel put it through, and Dunkel puts a foot in that one. It's end over end. It'll be fielded at the 4-yard line. He'll bring it across the 10, the 15. He'll make a move at the 20. Leap a man at the 22. He'll dive, and he'll get across the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at the 27. As the return man for West Georgia, Xavier Robinson, scratch that. That was Custis. I'm going to get it right. The double numbers, and I just want him to name to be Curtis. It's just easier. But West Alabama on a 5-play drive that covered 66 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
Gets in there for a West Alabama touchdown. We'll see Harrison Frost bring his offense out. West Alabama's defense go to work again.
Missouri fumbled on a long run, and Auburn recovered. Auburn won 17-14 in overtime.
Frost wants to throw near side. He's got his receiver. That's going to be number 81, Jacob Pinch. So Pinch will snag the reception. He'll gain 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as we're approach the 5-second mark remaining here in this first quarter. So will we get another play this quarter? The answer to that is no. So after 1 quarter of play, West Alabama on top 7-6 here at home. We'll take a quick break here on Slide 104.9.
Hello, West Central Alabama. I am State Farm Agent Justin Whitson, and I took over for the legendary State Representative A.J. McCampbell. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, then a new good neighbor is already in your neighborhood. Please stop by our office at 1327 U.S. Highway 80, Demopolis, or feel free to visit my website at www.whitsoninsurance.com. That's WHITSONINSURANCE.com. Or give me a call at 334-289-5664. We appreciate everybody. Go Tigers.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mart pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart. Taking the time to listen and care.
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family-owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
7-6 your score. 1 quarter in the books as West Alabama's on top of the Wolves. As we get ready to get this second quarter underway. And Rob, I mean, we've seen some football. We've seen some crazy things happen. And Rob made the mention. He goes, it's really interesting to see how the offense flows when, you know, Melton's in the groove and the receivers are locked in and reeling in those catches.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how old the saying is, but the quarterbacks are better when the receivers are catching the football. We're getting our first quarter stats to us. And total offense, 105 for UWA and only 95 for West Georgia. Been the kind of game you think it'd be.
Handoff, met by a host of Tigers.
There's that guy again, Michael Anderson, reigning Gulf South Conference Player of the Week on defense. Had a little help from his friends there. But the Tigers, after the first drive, have effectively shut down the run. Sharpley and Cosby were on that tackle, but now we got a 3rd down and 6. And, buddy, Tigers have the momentum. They can keep it here with a big 3rd down stop.
3rd down and 6. West Georgia from their own 32. Carson in the backfield. He's got a 4-wide receiver set, 3 there to the top side, 1 here to the near side. Frost steps up, surveys the scene, and whistles coming in. It looks like
David Dean wants a timeout.
West Georgia wants to take a timeout. We can take it with them. 14-21 here on Slide 104.9.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Welcome back. 7-6 your score. All fair. We're just wondering what Coach Dean either saw that he wanted, that he liked, or that he didn't like, but he calls a timeout, and his offense will trot back onto the field. Harrison Frost, the quarterback. 3 wide receiver set. Carson in the backfield. The Wolves work from their own 32. It's a low snap. Frost wants to throw. He wants to go to the near side, and that one will be skipped into the West Alabama bench. And West Alabama's defense flexing a little bit there.
That was strange. Harrison Frost decided to throw the ball out here to this near side to Trey Williams, who is a redshirt freshman fullback, who was, I guess, lined up at wide receiver over here. Trey Williams was not looking for the football. No. He was a decoy. But, he skipped the ball to him at that. Tigers showed blitz and then jumped out of it and had great coverage there, so a great stop by the defense.
Darius Nelson, he'll be back to receive. He stands at his own 26-yard line. Pellegrino, high spiral, he'll turn it over. Backpedaling is Nelson. He fields it at the 18. He dodges a tackle. He brings it across to 20. And then he'll be shoestring tackled after about a gain of 3 yards on the return.
Got away with a little block in the back there. It was not called, but that is another great punt. And there is a flag down in the about 5 yards off of the football in the defensive side. So it could be defensive holding. Let's check this flag.
During the return.
Yep. Holding on the defense. So they'll back the Tigers 10 yards up from where they assess it from where the kick was, not necessarily where he ended up. So that will back the Tigers up to the 13-yard line. They got away with blocking back, did not get away with the hold. So a long way to go here to try to, in a 7-6 game, field position is extremely important, and that was a booming punt. He had the penalty on to it, and that's equivalent of about a 60-yard punt.
3 wide receiver set for Melton. Hands it off to Webb. Webb will carry it off the left tackle. He'll gain a couple of yards on the play.
Carry by number 3, Webb.
As Bry Webb on the afternoon. Checking my statometer. 3 carries for 42 yards with a long of 39. As Webb will remain in, the lone back in the backfield. Go ahead.
Sorry, Will. Tucker Melton has got to make the defense respect his feet at some point.
Melton hands off to Webb. Webb hits the hole. He's cost the 20. He'll wrestle his way down to the 26-yard line. And you said it, his speed, it's explosive. He's able to hit the hole. He sees the gap, and he gets through there. And a nice West Alabama first down. Tucker Melton in shotgun. Webb to his left. He'll hand off to Webb. Webb will want to go up the middle. He'll gain a yard on the play, and it'll be a tough yard, as Webb has been the go-to guy thus far on the ground for West Alabama. 54 yards on the ground, 39 of those in the one big run by Webb.
We're a little bit of a read there, and he's reading to give to Webb, but at some point Tucker Melton keeps it. He's going to gain big yards when he does.
Benyon, the lone wide receiver to the top side. Melton, wobbly, wounded duck here to the near side, trying to get hooked up with Nalls. And that one will fall incomplete. That one came out of his hand funny.
It's almost like he really kind of regretted his decision as soon as he threw it. And then,
I want it back.
Yeah, I wanted it back, and it's just too late. And anyway, wobbly pass, really fortunate to be incomplete because it was well covered over here by Jalen Lee. But it brings up third down and long in a sensitive spot for the Tigers. They've got to get the ball out from their own territory.
Antonio Brown in the backfield. He'll be the running back next to Melton. Melton with some time. He wants to throw. He goes to the far sideline. Intended receiver looks to be number 13, Chris Benyon. And that one will fall incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. So once again, we'll see Trey Sullivan in the special teams unit. Sullivan on the afternoon. Let's see if we can pull up those special teams.
I think he's averaging 42 because he had one big booming punt that landed and rolled it down to the 10. He needs another good one here. Melton just was not able to get enough on that football. Under a little bit of pressure and bounced it up there.
Perry stands at his own 40. He'll have to retreat to try to get this when it hits at the 40, and it'll bounce out at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for West Georgia, starting at their own 35.
That was about a 37-yard punt. He kicked it low, hoping for a little better bounce that time, and did not get the bounce he was hoping for.
Frost will bring him out. He's 8 of 12 on the afternoon for 79 yards. He's hooked up with 5 different wide receivers. His favorite, number 19, Blackman, as he'll deploy 3 wide receivers. Man in motion. Hands off to Carson. Carson met at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that was a big hit right there.
Who was leading the charge on that one? Is that
17 for the Tigers? That's Bishop Bro, who came in, the linebacker, came in, made the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Nice play.
Second down.
Tigers have really stiffened against that run after that first series.
Second down and 9. 3 wide receivers here to the near side, 1 to the top side. Frost hands off to Carson. Carson trying to come near side, but he's got nowhere to go. West Alabama's defense on it and leading the charge. Stephen White was in pursuit. He was able to slow him down, and then his boys in red was able to finish it up.
Stephen White did a great job of stringing that play out. I mean, they were able to get outside of us earlier in the game, but Stephen White wasn't going to let that happen. And if he did, he was going to at least hold him up long enough for help to arrive, and that's exactly what happened there. So another third and long here for the Wolves.
4 wide receivers set. Mosley to Frost left. The snap. Pressure by West Alabama. He's flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw it on the run. Intended receiver in and out of the hands. Good coverage right there by West Alabama's D. Mays. And the defense holds strong. And that'll bring up fourth down and 9.
A total bust by West Georgia. Nobody blocked Trevante Carter. I don't know how you don't put a guy on. Trevante Carter's one of the sack leaders for these Tigers.
He just blends in. He's only 6'2".
Yeah, I mean, really.
250.
Nobody touched him. He flushes the quarterback. Now, the quarterback, Harrison Frost, made a good play to scramble out to his right, buy a little time, and make a good throw on the run. But, buddy, what a defensive effort that time by D. Mays to arrive right when the football did and separate the receiver from the football.
Riley Mason to punt it away. Darius Nelson stands at his own 20. Nice punt.
Man.
It'll be fielded at the 15. He'll just step away from it. It'll take somewhat of a West Georgia roll. It'll come to rest at about the 11-yard line. So Mason.
I think he lost it in the sun. I really do. That ball was high, and it turned over. And, I mean, just beautiful punt. And down at the 12-yard line, it's going to be a TV timeout.
TV timeout. We'll take it with them here on Slide 104.9.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They leave the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
7-6 your score, 10:56 remaining here in the first half. West Alabama on top of the number 8 West Georgia Wolves. And, Rob, you got a couple of quick scores you want to throw out there to the fans that may be listening to the Tiger broadcast?
Clemson Tigers defeated Wake Forest in 2 overtimes, 51-45.
Jeez.
That's one. Baylor defeated Iowa State on the road, 31-24. We've already covered the SEC score. We did not say Georgia defeated Kent State 39-22. We were talking earlier about getting your players up for every game. You think Georgia had that problem today?
You think? It'll be first down and 10 for Tucker Melton. He works from his own 12-yard line. He's going to keep it. He'll bring it right up the middle. He might get a yard on the play there, Rob. And
if he's going to run it, he needs to run it. He sort of tried to tiptoe through there. They faked the handoff wide that time. Did West Alabama to Antonio Brown, and Melton decided to keep it up the middle. Only gained a yard that time.
Second down and 9. West Alabama 3 wide receiver set. Antonio Brown in the backfield. Darius Nalls, the lone wide receiver here to the near side. It'll be handed off to Brown. He kind of gets spun around at the line of scrimmage, dances, gets across the 15. He'll get down to almost the 20-yard line. He may even get the 20.
Antonio Brown's a lot like Bry Webb. He's small and he's got that little bit of a burst at the line of scrimmage, and this calls a West Georgia fits.
Third down and short. Webb on the handoff, and they're going to get him for a loss.
I think the Tigers went too fast there. West Georgia wasn't even really lined up defensively, and I think that actually gives you more of a disadvantage because the offensive line isn't quite sure who they need to block. And I mean, it's all cool to go fast and all if it works, but
it's got to work.
Sometimes your offensive line in a 3rd and 1 situation have to know who they have, and that time the offensive line didn't. I mean, I don't know if it was communication or what, but they went fast and too many guys got in the backfield that time.
And I'll bring up a 4th down, and once again coming off slowly is Delvin Salter, the 6'4" senior out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Look, 3rd and 1 has haunted us all year. That's been a weakness by West Alabama. And
Sullivan to punt it away, gets it off. It'll be fielded by Perry at the 44, fair caught. And West Alabama's defense will be called on once again. Short field for the Wolves as Harrison Frost will have it first down and 10.
About 36, 37 yards on that punt. And under heavy pressure that time was Sullivan. Yeah, it's third and 1s have plagued us all year. We've just not been successful on a lot of those. And so, but those are, to me, those are the times you get your man Demetrius Battle back in there. You get lined up, you know who you got to block, and you execute a 1-yard run.
Frost puts a man in motion. He's got 2 wide receivers here to the near side. He'll hand it off. Nothing doing right there as he handed it off to Custis. And West Alabama.
Custis' helmet came off. Tigers' defensive line did a little bitty shift right before the ball was snapped and confused the offensive line of West Georgia. And Tigers were able to get in there and make the play. That was Jamarcus Smith, the linebacker, made that tackle.
Mosley will be the back in the backfield to Frost left. Fakes the handoff to Mosley, wants to go across the middle and almost intercepted by West Alabama. Intended receiver, nearest receiver, looked to be Blackman, but West Alabama probably had the best opportunity to make the catch as anyone.
So Lamar Gray, who had an opportunity, I think it surprised him how quickly that ball got to him. He was coming up to try to make a hit and looked up and the ball was in his face mask. Another 3rd and 9 for West Georgia.
3rd down and 9. West Georgia from their own 44. Custis, the lone back, 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Frost wants to throw. He's got pressure. He's going to let it go toward the far side. In coverage is D. Mays. And now it'll hit off the back of D. Mays. Intended receiver for West Georgia was LaPerry Perry. That one falls incomplete, and West Alabama's defense once again holding strong. It'll bring up 4th down for the Wolves.
Perfect coverage by D. Mays right there, Will. Just perfect coverage. And he never turned around to look for the football, but you're not taught to. He was in phase and saw the receiver go up, and he went up with him, and the ball bounced off his helmet. But that's really on that tight play, that's what you need to do, just force the incomplete pass. He did it.
Riley Mason in to punt. Darius Nelson back at his own 15. High spiral. That's going to be well away from Nelson. West Georgia's special teams man almost was able to get there before it goes into the end zone, but will not.
And their punter has put on a clinic today. That was a 60-yard punt. But fortunately, made its way into the end zone. The Tigers will at least get it out to the 20 to start this drive. Yeah. It's imperative the Tigers get a few first downs to keep this field flipped. In a 6-7 ball game, you do not need to give West Georgia any favors with the short field. So first downs would be nice. Now we've got Demetrius Battle back in the game, running back.
Battle in the backfield, 1st down and 10 for West Alabama from their own 20. Melton wants to throw. Looks like it was going to be a screen pass, try to come out to Battle, but batted down.
It was a good play call because they had a blitz on. The problem is the blitz, when they saw that Tucker Melton was going to release the ball, they just formed a curtain with their arms and knocked the ball down.
I think Hodges was able to get his hand up on that one. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 for West Alabama. Nalls here to the near side along with Hilbert. G. Pollard, the lone wide receiver at the number on the top side. Demetrius Battle in the backfield. Tucker Melton looks across, wants the football, he wants to throw, and he's getting pressure. Pocket collapse, and Tucker Melton will be hit and taken down for a loss. And once again, you mentioned it, he's been on the ground a lot, Rob.
Yeah, so it limits the playbook, right? Don Bailey's looking at his offensive play sheet and going, any pass longer than 10 yards, we're just not going to have time to throw at this point, especially if they blitz more than one player or more. They seem to be getting home here. Now, they're not showing blitz here. They got a 3-man down line. Looks like David Dean wants to call another timeout there for West Georgia.
Well, with 7:54 in the half, West Alabama on top 7-6. We'll take a quick break here on Slide 104.9.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Namapos, Alabama.
7-6 your score, 7:54 remaining in the half. West Alabama on top of the number 8 West Georgia Wolves, and West Alabama's looking at a 3rd down and about 16. Their work from their own 14-yard line is Tucker Melton. He'll bring out the offense. G. Pollard, Owen Harper, and looks like John Hilbert to the far side. Darius Nalls one-on-one here to the near side. He wants to throw. He'll throw to Demetrius Battle out of the backfield. Battle across the 15 to the 20. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that won't be enough for a 1st down. And once again, West Alabama's special teams unit will be forced into action. This will be the 6th punt of the afternoon for Trey Sullivan. He's averaging 40.2, his long of 53, as he'll stand at his own 6-yard line. Back to receive the punt will be Perry. He stands in his own 44. Sullivan, a high spiral. It'll be muffed at the 33. West Alabama with an opportunity to get it, but Perry was able to fall on it, as it was quite a bit of hang time right there for Sullivan, and Perry just mishandled it. But fortunate if you're a Wolves fan that he was able to fall on it, and they'll take over first down.
47-yard punt, though, Will. It was Sullivan's best punt of the night. Statistically, may not be his best punt because he had one that landed short and rolled about 30 yards. But a big punt and caused the returner trouble with the muff. We just sort of he had out-kicked the coverage so much that nobody was around it to pick up the muff punt. But it was a great punt nonetheless.
Custis, the lone back, trips here, stacked to the near side. He'll throw out of the 3 wide receiver set. It'll be a completed pass, but a very short gain, if any, as number 2 pulls that one in. That's going to be Terrell Cole.
Shadarian Archie was able to make the tackle that time, Will, and the defense is just absolutely continuing their torrid pace that they've been on really this whole season.
Kel Williams checks in defensively for West Alabama. 2nd down and 10 for the Wolves. Frost wants to throw. He's got a screen pass to the near side. Custis, he'll catch it. He'll go across the 35, pushed out at the 37-yard line.
Trayvon Stanford, we did not see much last week. That was his man, and he kind of got picked off by his own player. It was a little late getting there, but it's still 35.
3rd down and 5 for this West Alabama defense. They've been pretty stingy this afternoon. They'd love to get a stop here. Frost barks out the cadence. Puts it into the hands of Custis. Custis avoids a tackle. They had him for the loss, and he's able to wiggle his way across the 45 and then make a lunge to get across midfield, and West Georgia will move the chains and get into Tiger territory with a first down.
I think that's their first down in probably 15 minutes of game time. And 2 Tigers had a hand on him, but a good run that time by Custis to get the first down.
Custis to Frost right. He'll take the handoff, bounce it out to the near side. He'll cross the 50. He'll be hit at the 45-yard line. Still on his feet. It looked like he was down, and I can see Coach G is fuming.
Yeah, they stopped his forward progress, but you've got to play through to the echo of the whistle, right? They had stopped his forward progress, and I think West Alabama kind of let up on the play, but Custis did not. He continued to run, but Coach Gilliland, rightly so, is arguing for, wait a minute, now what, usually you stopped the forward progress, that was in the play.
Handoff here to the near side, that'll be Carson. And coming in to make the tackle will be Shamar Lewis.
It was the same play, they just went with a different player. They're finding some success trying to get to the corner to this near side.
2nd down and 8. Frost looks to the sidelines. He's got Mosley in the backfield. 1 wide receiver here to the short side of the field on the numbers, 2 to the top side. Mosley to Frost right. Hands off to Mosley. And met right at the line of scrimmage is Michael Anderson and says, Mosley, no, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, what a play by Michael Anderson to come up and force the 3rd and long. This is probably, I don't know, I would assume 4 down territory. This is as deep as either team has been this quarter into the other team's territory. Tigers got to hustle to get the player off the field, and they do it.
1 of 6 is West Georgia on 3rd down this afternoon, and West Alabama would love to shut them down here on 3rd and 8. Frost steps up. He gives the directions, a 4 wide receiver set. He wants to throw, and he's got a little bit of time, but West Alabama's giving him pressure, and that one will fall incomplete. Good pass rush right there by number 40, Trevante Carter, as he puts Frost on his back after he delivered that one. A nice clean hit. It'll bring up 4th down for the Wolves.
Well, this is not David Dean's first rodeo. He's been coaching 15 seasons, and he's got 115 and 41 record. He's going to take the field position here, and I think it's the right call, Will. In a game like this, neither team's getting a lot going offensively. Both defenses are playing well. Yeah, I think continue to keep the pressure on West Alabama's offense and pin them back as deep as you can. And he's going to choose to punt here. I assume, barring there's no fakes, I would imagine they're not going to fake it.
Pellegrino puts a foot in it. Wobbly spiral hits at the 11 and rolls into the end zone. So West Alabama will be able to bring that one out.
Now, Will, it won't go on the stat sheet, but Jaden Taylor, who's a sophomore from Park Crossing in Montgomery, he blocked the gunner. and who would have been the closest man to the football to be able to stop it inside the 10-yard line. But because he did his job, the ball went into the end zone. He made as many as 20 yards for his team by doing that one simple thing.
I love seeing those opportunities for guys to make those plays, and it looks like we're going to have a media timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them here on Sly 104.9.
In today's world, it's nice to know who you're spending your money with. That's why at GoCo's Exxon stores in Butler, Gilbertown, Silas, Coffeyville, Millry, Chatham, and Sweetwater, they are proud to be American-owned and operated. Stop into one of their stores today for a hot stuffed pizza, for real milkshake, ice-cold drinks, snacks. They got everything. They even carry hunting and fishing supplies in most of their stores. Thanks for shopping local with your area GoCos.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
That king-cut ribeye at Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
7-6 your score. 4:19 remaining in the first half. West Alabama's on top. I'm Will Atkinson. Joined with me as always is Rob Pearson. And Rob, we've seen some pretty good football this afternoon and seen some guys that even though their names don't show up in the stat sheet all the time, they're doing their job and giving West Alabama an opportunity.
This is Gulf South Conference football right here, playing at a high level. And both teams are playing well. And see if the West Alabama offense can get out of this hole.
Tucker Melton hands it off to Demetrius Battle. He'll get across the original line of scrimmage and find opposition. And there's going to be the extracurricular flag. I think they're going to get...
And West Georgia's clapping. You know, Demetrius Battle's progress is going to be stopped at the 22. West Georgia drives him back to the 15. And a flag comes in there at the 15. And they're going to get Demetrius Battle for defending himself. He said something he shouldn't have said, I guess. My goodness gracious, what in the world could he have said to make that?
I don't think he was inviting him to Thanksgiving lunch.
No, he wasn't. I guess West Georgia's allowed to ride him back 7 yards after the tackle, and that's what you get. That's dead ball foul, so second down now, nearly 20-19, I guess.
Bry Webb in the backfield. It'll be a handoff to Webb. He'll get a little bit of running room off to the left side. He'll get it across the 10. He may gain a yard on the play, but the penalties got West Alabama in a bit of a bind. Checking in for the Tigers will be number 2, John Hilbert, number 88, Dalton Bailey. So 3rd down and 17, West Alabama on their 19.
This is dangerous here because we're going almost empty and they've got a free play here. We do throw it out to close to the first down, but not quite as close to a first down. It's a free play. Now this is a decision. I believe we caught West Georgia in the neutral zone, and the question is, do we want to take the play, which is going to be a yard and a half short of the first down, which will bring up 4th and 1.5, which will be a punting situation, or do we want a chance at being 3rd down and 16?
And Nalls is really frustrated with himself because he didn't realize, I don't think, that he was just that close to that marker, or he thought that he got it.
I'm sorry, it's going to be 3rd down and 12. So we're going to take the penalty now. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 and hope for the best. It's a little bit of a risk. You think, well, it would have been 4th and 1, yeah, but that's 10 extra yards of field position in a 7-6 ball game. It sometimes matters.
4 wide receivers. Melton wants to throw. He's got a man across the middle. That's going to be John Hilbert. He's going to catch it at the 34, across the 35, and he'll be wrestled to the ground after a West Alabama first down.
Sometimes you get rewarded for taking risks, don't you, Will?
That's just like we drew it up right there.
That's right.
Just like we're talking about.
Nice catch by John Hilbert over the middle. A beautiful pass that time by Tucker Melton.
Nalls and Hilbert here to the near side. Bailey to the top side. Bry Webb in the backfield. He'll fake the handoff. He wants to go to Hilbert here to the near side. He'll be a pitch and a catch. It'll be a positive yard play as Tucker Melton finds John Hilbert. And that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, gain of 4 and a little out route. You're just keeping that defense honest there, respecting those short routes. The beautiful thing, again, was Melton had protection on that 3rd down and long. He was able to deliver a beautiful ball.
Nalls, Hilbert here to the near side. Dalton Bailey. It's going to be a handoff to Bry Webb. He'll get about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down at about 3. As that explosive speed, I know we've talked about it, and if you haven't had an opportunity to see Bry Webb, I mean, he's not a big guy by any stretch. 5'11", he's listed 5'11", 188, but he's quick.
Yes, he is.
And you can hear the fans for West Alabama. 3rd down. On 3rd down this afternoon, West Alabama, 2 of 8.
Yeah.
Got an opportunity, 4 wide receivers. Bry Webb in the backfield, Melton in shotgun. Melton wants to throw near side. He's going to have Caleb Bass. The catch will be made. He'll get across midfield, and that'll be good enough for a West Alabama first down.
It's a critical time in the game because, West Georgia gets the ball back to start the second half. The Tigers have, with 2 minutes, 10 seconds of counting left in this half, would like to eat up all of the clock and get themselves in position to put some points on the board.
We're at the 2-minute mark. 1st down and 10 from the Wolves' 48-yard line. Melton wants to throw. Wants to go downfield. He's got Nalls here at the 25. The catch is going to be made, and he'll be forced out of bounds at the 24-yard line. West Alabama, first down.
A back shoulder throw again. They actually faked the short pattern, and then he takes off on the go and sort of stops about 20 yards downfield, and the ball was right there. Nice catch.
1st and 10.
There he goes.
Fakes the handoff. Melton's going to have it on the left side. And Melton is going to take it down to the 20.
That's the play I was looking for earlier, Will. When, Melton faked the handoff finally to Bry Webb and had running room. He picked up 6 yards. That's good yards for a first down. I'll take that every time.
2nd down and 4 for West Alabama. Handoff to Webb up the middle. He's got a hole. He's across the 15, across the 10. He'll wrestle his way down to the 7-yard line as West Alabama's Bry Webb gets another first down.
All right, you got to keep an eye on the clock, but you don't need to be in a hurry, right? You got 3 timeouts, so there's no big deal there. West Georgia, I think, only has 1 timeout left. And
1st and goal from the 8, Webb in the backfield. Handoff to Webb up the middle. He's met with opposition. It'll be a game tackle.
Okay, it's not the end of the world here, but I would run a good bit of time off of this clock with you when you're sitting on timeouts. I would let the clock run.
It looks like Coach Dean is going to call.
No, West Alabama called it.
Tiger timeout.
Yeah, that's when you're sitting on timeouts and you've got 3 downs to make a touchdown, I don't know that I would have called a timeout there, but Tigers still have plenty of time left here, 57 seconds to go. I guess we'll keep it here. Leading 7-6. Obviously, you want a touchdown, but you want a touchdown with no time on the clock either. At least not enough time for West Georgia to mount anything if they get the ball back. But we'll talk about it at halftime. But this is the West Alabama team we expected to see last week. Now, they had come out and played inspired football, and actually played the best they played all season. They played good at Miles, but it's hard to tell because we were playing Miles. I believe we're playing an 8th-ranked team in the country today in West Georgia, and taking it to them at the moment.
11th play of the drive, 2nd down and goal. West Alabama on the West Georgia 8. 3 wide receiver set. You got Nalls one-on-one here to the near side. Fakes the handoff to Battle. Tries to throw, and that'll be batted down at the line. That one will fall incomplete and bring up 3rd down. Tucker Melton on the afternoon, 11 of 18 for 126. He's found the end zone 1 time, and he's been able to hook up with 5 different wide receivers. His favorite target of the afternoon has been Nalls, so put a circle around Nalls. He'll be here on the near side, one-on-one matchup. That'll be Jalen Lee. He'll be tasked with covering Nalls. 3rd down and goal. West Alabama from the West Georgia 8. Demetrius battle to Melton's right. 2 wide receivers to the top side, and he'll put Hilbert in motion. The snap. Melton's got time. He's looking to go to Nalls in the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted. Underthrown, and on the interception is going to be number 7, Jalen Lee. As that ball just, from my vantage point, looked like it was a bit underthrown. Intended receiver was Darius Nalls.
Yeah, I can't tell if Nalls really was intended receiver. It was a wobbly pass. And see, this is why I really was concerned about the timeout being called when it was called. West Georgia has 47 seconds left on the clock. They only have 1 timeout, but, you know, you don't want to give them any room to breathe because not always good things happen. Anytime you have an opportunity to run that clock off, you're typically better off. But, hey, you're trying to make a play. And 1-on-1 down here, and the defensive back just made a good play on the football.
Running back in the backfield will be Carson. It'll be a 4 wide receiver set stacked on both sides. Hand off to Carson. He'll take it to the right side. He'll get across the line of scrimmage, and he'll pick up what looks to be about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. 45 seconds remaining in the half.
West Georgia seems to be, and they know they're getting the ball back to start the second half, so they're not in any rush to make a mistake while the ball's down here in West Alabama, in West Georgia territory. So fine with us. I mean, run the clock on out, pal. We'll go to half up 7-6.
2nd down and 7. Frost in the gun. 10 ticks of the clock left. He puts a man in motion. Hands it off to Carson. Carson comes near side. He got a little bit of running room. He breaks a tackle. Gets it across the 35 and drags a man down to the 39-yard line. As that'll do it for the first half of play. And for the first half of football, West Alabama on top 7-6 as they host the number 8 West Georgia Wolves here at home to start this conference slate, Rob. And I tell you what, it's an exciting first half of football.
It's been an outstanding, but it hasn't been perfect. West Alabama's had their opportunities, and frankly, West Georgia has too. But the defense for West Alabama has been superb, and so we'll talk more about that at halftime. But I'm really obviously very pleased with the way they're playing. But the coaching staff could tell you it could be even better.
Absolutely. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll break down the first half stats here on Sly 104.9.
Hello, West Central Alabama. I am State Farm Agent Justin Whitson, and I took over for the legendary State Representative A.J. McCampbell. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, then a new good neighbor is already in your neighborhood. Please stop by our office at 1327 U.S. Highway 80, Demopolis, or feel free to visit my website at www.whitsoninsurance.com. That's WHITSONINSURANCE.com. Or give me a call at 334-289-5664. We appreciate everybody. Go Tigers.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mart pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family-owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Livingston, Alabama. West Alabama holding on to a 7-6 lead at halftime over the 8th-ranked West Georgia Wolves. I'm Rob Pearson, Will Atkinson, joining us momentarily around the conference, the Gulf South Conference. Valdosta State defeated Shorter earlier today, 34-30. Remember, next week, Shorter comes to Livingston, and it will be the game for the Alabama Farmers Federation Catfish Tailgate next week. There will be catfish available directly in the red parking lot, directly behind the West Alabama press box. Join Robert Utsi and all of your friends with Alabama Farmers Federation and Alpha, and they will have some homegrown Alabama-raised catfish fried up and ready for you starting at 12 o'clock noon next Saturday as we anticipate kickoff between the West Alabama Tigers and the Shorter Hawks. So that game coming up next week. And then earlier today, North Greenville defeated Findlay 34-27 in other Gulf South Conference action. From later tonight, Delta State will be traveling to Pensacola to take on West Florida, and Mississippi College is playing McNeese today. That rounds out the Gulf South Conference schedule. West Alabama's band is entertaining the home crowd here. Other scores that are currently at play start in the second quarter. Tennessee leads Florida 3-0. Texas Tech leads Texas 14-10. San Diego State leads Toledo 7-0. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota lead Michigan State 14-0. Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders lead Miami in the first quarter 17-3. Notre Dame and North Carolina tied at 7. UCLA has defeated the hapless Buffaloes of Colorado. They're defeating them, in the third quarter, 38-10. And what did I say about the Pac-12 last week?
I think you said it was an emerging conference across college football.
Nothing of the sort. Washington State at home against the Oregon Ducks are leading in the first quarter 7-3. And currently in Orlando, Georgia Tech and Central Florida are playing. Central Florida leads 3-0. Ole Miss and Tulsa are tied at 7, also in the first quarter, Will. Why don't we do this while it's about 14 minutes, halftime or so, while the West Alabama band is on the field. We just ran over some scores. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have halftime statistics and more. You're listening to West Alabama Tiger football right here on Sly 104.9.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services, from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They lead the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Demopolis, Alabama.
In today's world, it's nice to know who you're spending your money with. That's why at GoCo's Exxon stores in Butler, Gilbertown, Silas, Coffeyville, Millry, Chatham, and Sweetwater, they are proud to be American-owned and operated. Stop into one of their stores today for a hot stuffed pizza, for real milkshake, ice cold drinks, snacks. They got everything. They even carry hunting and fishing supplies in most of their stores. Thanks for shopping local with your area GoCos.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
Back here at Tiger Stadium, where the West Alabama band entertaining the home crowd and finishing up their halftime show. Rob Pierce and Will Atkinson here at halftime, where the Tigers lead the West Georgia Wolves 7-6 here at halftime. We'll look through a few stats. Really, stats confirm a lot of things that we have told you. That the West Alabama defense just played masterfully, especially in the second quarter. I've only given up 8 first downs, where the Tiger offense have had 12 first downs. Third down conversions, West Georgia has only converted 1 of 7 on third down, and that is a testament to that defense. Now, the Tigers offense, 3 of 10. They were all big, but just the kind of game it's been when you've got both teams who are combined 4 for 17 on third down conversions.
No doubt.
Time of possession, Tigers had the ball 16 minutes, while West Georgia's had the ball for 14 minutes. But you really tell the tale in in total yards of offense. West Alabama 207, West Georgia 145. Again, the Tigers had an opportunity there to end the first half and ended with an interception in the end zone. But you've got to go in. I don't know how that's going to affect everyone's psyche now going forward, right? How do you feel going in the half, leading but having missed out on points there, Will, versus West Georgia trailing but having not given up any more points?
Well, I think for West Alabama, you definitely wanted the points, but I think you got to take the positive on the thing that is just fact, is that you took a 1-point lead into the half against the 8th-ranked team in the country, coming off of a really tough loss last week against Tuskegee, and looking at it going, hey, look, we've got half of football left to play, and we're right here in it, and with an opportunity to beat a very good West Georgia team here at home. We've talked about the defense. Michael Anderson, no surprise there, leading the team in total tackles. He's got 5, all of the solo variety. Shamar Lewis and Lamar Gray each with 3 tackles. Shadarin Archie, D. Mays, Trayvon Stanford, and Terrence Monroe, each with a tackle. And West Alabama defensively, I mean, I've been impressed with what they've been able to do. And you mentioned it, holding West Georgia on the third down conversions, only 1 of 7. I mean, that's got to be something positive going into the half.
Well, Bry Webb's been a spark offensively on the ground. 9 carries, 71 yards. He had a long of 39 to put the Tigers in position for their only touchdown tonight. So they got to continue to win one-on-one battles, right? Darius Nalls on the outside. We had a big catch by Chris Binion for 14 yards and a first down. I also believe that the tight ends probably are going to end up being more involved in the second half offensively. West Georgia, go back to their last game against Morehouse. They only had a 7-0 lead against Morehouse. They exploded for 28 in the third quarter. So, they're sitting over there probably thinking, well, I mean, we've been in this position before already this season, and the third quarter came out and we blew the doors off of Morehouse College. Well, this is not Morehouse College they're playing today, but certainly this, when they come out, you've got to be able to grab the momentum early.
I'm not in any way trying to say that this is anything more than a notice here, but West Alabama in the 3 games the third quarter has been a difficult spot. They haven't scored in the third quarter, whereas West Georgia, that is the quarter where they score the most. So West Alabama, no points in the third quarter this year. West Georgia, in their 2 games, 42 points in the third quarter alone. So, you know, this quarter right here is going to be really big for West Alabama. You'd love to see them, you know, continue with that momentum. But, you know, it's a great afternoon for football here in Livingston. And I'm just excited to see the way the guys have responded this afternoon. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap some of the other festivities that are going on here on Sly 104.9.
That king-cut ribeye, Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston, just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
Hello, West Central Alabama. I am State Farm Agent Justin Whitson, and I took over for the legendary State Representative A.J. McCampbell. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, then a new good neighbor is already in your neighborhood. Please stop by our office at 1327 U.S. Highway 80, Demopolis, or feel free to visit my website at www.whitsoninsurance.com. That's WHITSONINSURANCE.com. Or give me a call at 334-289-5664. We appreciate everybody. Go Tigers.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mart pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart. Taking the time to listen and care.
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We're about 4.5 minutes away from getting the start of this second half, and Rob Pearson's making his way toward the sideline, hoping to get an interview with Coach G before we get things started. And today is Military Appreciation Day, and part of the military appreciation was the awarding of the Charlie Glenn Award, an annual award voted on by the West Alabama team, and it goes to the current football player for extraordinary service to the West Alabama football program.
Will, do you mind? Let me interrupt you real quick. Coach G is coming out of the locker room now. Coach G leading 7-6 at halftime. Third quarter now has got to set the tone early, I'm sure.
That's right. Yep, we got kickoff team up, and then defense has to go out and let's set the tone, get the ball back, and hopefully move it down the field.
What was the defense able to do, especially in that second quarter, to shut them out like they did?
We're playing really physical, and we're gang tackling. We're getting rallying to the ball. We're playing with great effort. You know, we got to keep that up. We got to keep playing sound, but we just got to see if we can increase our physicality even more.
I know you wanted to get points into half, obviously, but how was the offense at halftime? They're looking forward to the second half.
They are. You know, that was a good drive. We stayed on the wrong end of the field the whole second quarter, and we didn't do anything to flip the field, but the defense kept holding them out. So, you know, then we had that good drive. Should have got points out of it, so that was disappointing. But it was good to get that drive and get in a little rhythm. So, looking forward to this third quarter.
Outstanding, Coach G. Good luck to you. Coach Brett Gilliland with the assessment there at halftime and everything we said, really. We're looking forward to this.
Absolutely. Love hearing from Coach G. And as I was mentioning, the Charlie Glenn Award, an annual award voted on by the team. It goes to the current Tiger football player for extraordinary service to West Alabama football program and Staff Sergeant Charles Lee Glenn. It's become a Tiger tradition to present the award during the Military Appreciation Day, and the UWA graduate and former Tiger football player Glenn also served as a military veteran and Bronze Star recipient. He played football from 94 to 97. He earned numerous academic honors before enlisting into the Army in June of 2003. He's a Special Forces soldier. Glenn lost his life in the service of our nation back on May 17th of 2007, and he lost consciousness during a training event at the Special Forces Underwater Operations School. Glenn attended basic combat training and advanced individual training at Fort Benning, Georgia, and before reporting to Fort Bragg in North Carolina for the Special Forces Assessment Selection back in 2003. He was selected for the Special Forces training and completed it in that course in 2005. He reported to the 5th Special Forces Group Airborne in December of 2005, and he was assigned to the Special Forces Operational Department Alpha. He completed a tour in Iraq before beginning the combat dive qualification course, and this year's recipients, we have two here at West Alabama of the Charlie Glenn Award, Bo Behrens and Quivarius Pickens. They were joined on the field by the Glenn family, Linda Glenn, Nita Grounds, Jonathan Grounds, Jeremy Calvin, Amy Calvin, Charles Jacob Calvin, Bobby Glenn, Laura Glenn, Evelyn Glenn, and Sammy Glenn. So we'd like to congratulate those recipients of the Charlie Glenn Award, Bo Behrens and Quivarius Pickens, but also thank Charlie Glenn for what he meant to the University of West Alabama and the efforts and everything that he gave for this great country. So we're about a minute away from the start of the second half. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half here on Slide 104.9.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family-owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We're about ready to start off the second half of play. West Alabama on top, 7-6 over the visiting number 8 West Georgia Wolves, as West Georgia was coming in after a week off. West Alabama playing for the second straight week. You heard from Rob Pearson. He was able to catch up with Coach G, and, thoughts on what we need to do in this second half to, continue this trend and get out of here with a victory.
Well, the first defensive stand here for West Alabama and the first offensive drive for West Georgia really will set the tone for the second half. And just no question about it. We're going to have to kick off here. If we can pin them, at least inside the 25-yard line or so on the kickoff, and then defensively, a 3 and out would really set the tone early. And the defense has forced several 3 and outs in the first half. To get a 3 and out here would send a message that this is not a one-half thing. The Tigers are here to play 60 minutes.
30 minutes of football remaining. Gabe Dunkel, he'll kick it off from his own 35. Dunkel, the left-footed kicker. He's a good dude. I've had an opportunity to visit with him a couple of times. You see him in the cafeteria, and he's done a really good job here at West Alabama.
See a lot of people in the cafeteria. Will you spend a lot of time with
I
them?
do. I mean, I'm a Sunday after church guy and fried chicken Wednesday, so I definitely have my time in the caf as Dunkel ends over end, cussed us back, and that one will get into the end zone, and there'll be no return. But I will make no bones about it. If the cafeteria is open and I've got meals left on my card, brother, we are going to go in there and have lunch on Sunday after church, or like I said, I'm partial to fried chicken Wednesday.
Well, you've been making bones about it then. There's fried chicken involved.
It's a real deal, and some of the folks that may be listening are familiar with that. I know good friend and Vice President Emeritus Richard Hester, he's a fan of fried chicken Wednesday as well. So I hope he's listening today if he's not at the ball game. But West Alabama's defense ready to go to work. Harrison Frost, he'll have Custis in the backfield. It'll be a 3-wide receiver set. Hands off to Custis. He wants to go left side. He's got a hole. He's got room across the 35, the 40, and he'll be upended at the 40-yard line. Making the stop will be Shamar Lewis.
Well, I thought the Tigers had a chance to catch him in the backfield there. I thought they had it well defended at the point of attack. Custis did a good job of breaking out and chasing from the backside for the Tigers there. Trevante Carter, really, he's got to sort of make that play. He's chasing, but we need to have some stops for sure.
On first down, it'll be the handoff here to the near side. It's stopped forward progress after a gain of what looks to be about 4 yards on the play. And, Mark Gilliam is just on the other side of this wall here. And he hears me talking about getting my cafeteria swipes and wants to send me a message. You got to get all the swipes you can get. I was like, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That was Trevante Carter on that stop, but it was a 4-yard gain on first down.
Second down and 6. Handoff to Custis in the backfield is going to be Michael Anderson. He's given pursuit, and he'll force Custis out after a loss of about 2 yards on the play, I think.
It just looks like I'm holding my fingers together about, a half inch or so together and saying the defense is this close to making tackles for losses on a lot of those plays. And that particular play was a tackle for loss. Michael Anderson was able to knock him out after 1 yard loss. It looked like it may have been about a 3 or 4 yard loss, but it's still third and long.
Jamal Ellis and Shadarian Archie in on third down. They want to throw to the far near side. And a big hit by number 6, Shamar Lewis.
That was a legal hit. He led with his shoulder. There's a flag that's going to come in, and they're going to call Shamar Lewis on the hit. There's nothing wrong with that hit. He hit it absolutely perfectly by the book, had his head turned, and hit him with the shoulder, and they're going to call it anyway. And maybe someone else saw it and will overrule this, but there's a flag on the play in the area of a targeting, it was a perfectly executed hit by Shamar Lewis. But it was a nice play by West Georgia because the Tigers came with a blitz, and just as Harrison Frost was getting hit, he delivered the ball to an open receiver thrown behind that blitz.
Personal foul, targeting.
That's just awful. So Shamar, they're going to kick Shamar Lewis out of the game, and we don't get an appeal, even though he hit him with his shoulder with his head turned to the side. Just a perfect hit. Absolutely textbook.
I'd like to be able to go back and see just how clean that one was.
You will. The Gulf South Conference will get a good look at it this week when they get the film sent to them. That's horrible.
Coach G
They kicked the guy out of the game for that.
Coach G is definitely not excited about that one, and it's going to be first down and 10 for West Georgia on the West Alabama 33. Screen pass here to the near side, but complete to number 5. That's Perry. He's been slowed down. He breaks 2 tackles, and he'll be forced out of bounds at about the West Alabama 31-yard line. Really frustrating call right there that changes the flow of the defense.
Once again, Jaden Tuck had an opportunity to tackle him for about a 4-yard loss, spins him around, holds him up for about, a second and a half. No call on the stop of forward progress, and he breaks out and makes 2 yards.
Complete pass out to the far side. He's going to bring it down to the 20-yard line inside the 20. That's going to be Zay Britt.
And last thing I'm going to say about that penalty was it wasn't just anybody. It was the defensive star leader, Shamar Lewis, who is a captain on this team, and who got penalized for making a perfect hit.
It's a very nice play right there. Checking in for West Alabama is going to be Trayvon Stanford. First down and 10 for the Wolves from the West Alabama 16-yard line. He wants to stretch it here to the near side. That's going to be Carson on the carry. Still got his legs moving as he crosses the 10. Flags come in right here in front of the West Alabama bench.
I don't know who was guilty or what there, but Trayvon Stanford must have been the offended party. He had sort of quit on the play and looked around at the officials and saw the flag and didn't bother to try to tackle the guy, but he was being held. So that's one of the few penalties now. Let's see, penalties. West Georgia, that is their 4th penalty of the day. Now, they average 10 a game. and this is just their 4th of the day. That's a big one, though. It backs them up outside the 20 to 22.
So according to the markers, they got it listed as first down. 15 to go from the West Alabama 22. 12:34 remaining, West Alabama on top. Carson to Frost left. He'll hand off to Carson. He wants to come to the near side. Trevontae Carter and company. No doing. Gang tackle right there at about the 21-yard line. Slow to get up is going to be number 72 for the Wolves, Kyrie Jones, the senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. It would not surprise me at some point in time, with as hot as it is out here, that you might see some guys start to really cramp up.
Yeah.
And that type of thing. He's helped to his feet by a member of the West Georgia athletic training staff. That was a mixed match from the very beginning. That young lady was nowhere near the capability of helping up big number 72. I mean, Kyrie Jones is listed 6'6", 336, and he's every bit of 5'2".
She needed to come along.
And she needed to come along and then some.
Speaking of injuries, I don't expect to see Delvin Salter back in the game. He's got an ice pack on his ankle, starting right tackle. Coach Brett Gilliland is still after the officials on that just horrendous targeting call that they called on Shamar Lewis. But nothing you can do about it now. But send the tape in. It's going to be. Tigers have got to force a field goal here. With a 2nd and 15, they've got them behind the chains. They need to keep them there.
Ball is going to be on the West Alabama 21. 12:15 remaining in the third quarter. 2nd down and 15. Frost wants to throw. He's got a little time coming across the middle there. Intended receiver number 2, Terrell Cole, and he just put a little more on that one. The Cole wanted to kind of reel in.
Well, Frost was expecting the slant pattern, expecting Cole to continue on his route. Cole stopped like he's scared he's going to get hit. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like Chad Powers dropping back to pass right there. That one falls incomplete. 3rd down and long for the Wolves with time. Tipped across the middle. West Alabama got a hand on it. And the would-be receiver Blackman, he got a hand on it as well, but that one will fall incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
They did. I can't see who it was for West Alabama. I kind of think it may have been number 32, Jamal Ellis, that got a just barely tipped it and just kind of threw the timing off of that pass and forced the incompletion. And now West Georgia will attempt the field goal. Looks to be about a 38-yard field goal.
This is Pellegrino. He's 1 of 2 on the year. His long is 29. He'll be kicking from the right hash. Holding will be Cobb.
Yeah, West Georgia jumped. West Alabama decided to shift sort of protections. They kind of moved some guys off the line of scrimmage to protect against the fake field goal. And when they did, the left end for West Georgia jumped. So they'll back them up 5 yards. And for Pellegrino, this shouldn't be any big deal, right? I mean, 5 more yards, it just makes it a 43-yarder.
43-yarder with his long on the year of 29.
Now, it looked like he pushed that one right, but he may have let off of it after the penalty.
The lone one he hit this year was from 34. He's kicking from the right hash. Good snap, good hold. That one's blocked at the line, and that ain't going to get through there, Rob. West Alabama with a blocked field goal attempt. And special teams shows up for West Alabama, and flags abound.
Where are the flags? Lamar Gray is who got to it. The flags from the West Alabama sideline, if anything, should be a sideline warning, which would not carry any yardage on it because the West Alabama players and coaches jumped out there on the field while the play was still going, and they shouldn't have, but it does happen in exciting moments. Lamar Gray is who came up and got that ball. Tigers just breached the wide side of the field and was able to get to that football and cause the block and keeping the lead 7-6.
That's huge as West Alabama's special teams gets the block.
Okay, so they called a player for the West Alabama team for removing his helmet before the play was over, which is, you call it the Terrence Cody rule or whatever you want to call it. But the play was still going, and a player for West Alabama removed his helmet. And it's going to cost the Tigers some distance here. Half the distance to go moves them back to the 13-yard line.
I think they called that on Terrence Monroe.
Yep.
As West Alabama's offense It'll be first down and 10. They'll work from their own 18-yard line. It'll be a 4-wide receiver set. Melton in shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He wants to throw here to the near side. Intended receiver, Benyon, thrown behind Chris Benyon. And that one will be incomplete and bring up second down.
Dangerous because Benyon wasn't looking for the football.
No, sir.
It was a little bit of a back shoulder throw to him, and had he turned around and looked for the ball, he probably had a chance to catch it. It's a beautiful ball. Tigers need some first downs here.
Second down and 10. West Alabama from their own 18. 11:52. The Tigers lead by 1. It'll be a handoff to Battle. He's got room on the left side. He hits the hole, and he's going to gain 5 yards on the play. And I'm telling you, I mean, he's not flashy, and he's not real fast, but he will flat out run you over if you are standing in the way. And Demetrius Battle picks up 5 on second down. It'll bring up third down and 5.
In a game like this, 5 yards is big. I mean, that's to get any little bit further from your own end zone. 3rd and 5 here, though.
4-wide receiver set for Melton. Demetrius Battle to his right. Melton wants to throw. He's got Owen Harper here to the near side, and that one with pressure. He just throws it into the bench. And that'll be the signal for West Alabama's special teams unit to come on. We have seen them several times this afternoon.
Yeah, and Coach G talked about it. You know, we could kind of kept ourselves in bad field position most of the second quarter, even though we prevented points. But you can't keep giving West Georgia opportunities like this. Melton is sort of battling a little bit. He's had several balls batted down at the line of scrimmage, and that one just floated on him.
Sullivan gets it away, a nice spiral.
Yeah.
Fair catch at the 45 by Perry, as that was the 7th punt of the afternoon for Trey Sullivan.
37, 38-yard punt there. So that was big to get it at least back on the West Georgia side of the field at the 46.
It'll be a media timeout. We'll take it with them here on Tiger Network. Slide 104.9.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They lead the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
11:10 remaining in the third quarter. West Alabama on top, 7-6. And Rob, we have had some exciting moments in this football game as the Tigers host the number 8 West Georgia Wolves here to start GSC play.
Yeah, it's been well schemed on both sides by both coaching staffs. They've been prepared for each other. Of course, West Georgia had extra time to prepare for West Alabama, and but both teams have played hard. It's been exactly the kind of game we hope to see today. It's going to come down to a play somewhere along the way, Will.
Frost is going to deploy 3 wide receivers. Puts a man in motion to the far side. He'll work first down and 10 from his own 45-yard line. He's got time to throw. He wants to throw here to the near side. Intended receiver is going to be number 2. That's going to be Terrell Cole. In coverage was D. Mays for West Alabama. That one falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Mays step for step with him there. I like the fact that they get the incomplete pass on first down, so creating second and long. When West Georgia gets behind the chains, they don't seem to do as good.
Bishop Bro checks in for West Alabama. It'll be second down and 10. West Georgia from their own 46. Fakes the handoff. He wants to go to the top side. In coverage is going to be number 1. That's going to be T.J. Newell. Intended receiver is slow to get up. I don't know if he's tweaked his knee. He's pushing on the lower leg or trying to rub the cramp out, but looks like the officials are going to call an official timeout.
I think he's got a cramp on that 20-yard line. Neither one of those passes were on the money. Admittedly, you're trying to drop a ball 30 yards downfield into a barrel, right? But neither one of those came close to the barrel, fortunately, and the Tigers forced two straight incomplete passes, and we got a player who I believe has a cramp on that side. They're helping him up now.
Looks like Terrell Cole, the junior.
Well, he just ran 2 go routes back-to-back, so disappointing he's not in here for this next play. Maybe they could call 3 in a row.
That's a much better matchup for the athletic trainer. The size differential right there, helping up Cole.
They had assistants, too. There's 2 of them.
That's it. They've learned.
Yep.
It'll be 3rd down and 10. West Georgia from their own 46. Frost in shotgun. He's got time to throw. He's trying to go to the top side. That's going to be almost picked off by West Alabama.
You ain't going to believe this, Will. It bounced off West Alabama player and landed in the arms of a West Georgia player who's laying on the 20-yard line. The most improbable catch I've ever seen, because had West Alabama just left the ball alone,
it goes incomplete.
I can't believe what I saw, and the officials couldn't either, but West Georgia ball at the 20.
Good night.
What a lucky play.
Huge play right there as Frost hands it off to Custis. Custis comes to the near side. It'll be a gang tackle for West Alabama.
I mean, did I see that live?
You saw it, and I'm having a hard time understanding it as flags come in.
Well, Custis' helmet's off now, and way after the play, a flag has come in. Every time this happens, this never good for West Alabama. Maybe this time will be a charm, but
checking in for West Alabama will be Terrence Monroe.
Stanford over there on the West Alabama side. Other players trying to calm him down a little bit. This play once again. It just cannot do that when the Tigers have him down, and it's going to be a 2nd and long, and now it's 1st and goal from the 9. It's one thing for them to make what you would call a lucky play, which is what that first one was, but that's just the play was over.
That's a frustration penalty after a very lucky play.
There was no reason to be frustrated. Just you made a good play. Let that play be the play.
1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah,
Frost wants to keep it, and he's going to be drugged down
by his face mask.
Was it the face mask or the back of his jersey?
No, he got his face mask that time, and while in position to make the play, had he not reached out and grabbed his face mask, maybe Frost scores. So, I don't mind plays like that.
That's a 4.5-yard penalty,
Yeah, but I mean, it's a hustle play. You're trying to make a play, and you grab his face mask. It happens. You just can't hit personal foul penalties, 3 seconds after the play's been blown dead.
All of the unpaid officials in the stadium are a little frustrated.
Yeah.
But it's 1st and goal. West Georgia from the UWA, looks like about the 4-yard line.
Yep.
Hand off to Custis. He gets a block. He's going to go to the left side. He'll dive for the end zone, and he'll get in there. And West Georgia will take the lead for the time being. 12-7 your score with 10:02 remaining in this 3rd quarter. PAT forthcoming.
It's going to be important for the West Alabama defensive coaches, Coach Steve Cecil and the rest of them, to get in the face of every defensive player and go, look, first of all, they hit a play. So what? This cannot carry forward from this play to the next drive. In other words, when you get out there the next drive, remember that we've been playing good defensive football to this point.
Pellegrino puts it through. That'll extend the lead. 13-7 your score with 10:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick break here on Sly 104.9.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Demopolis, Alabama.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 13-7 your score. The Wolves lead it as West Alabama will have to answer the bell as West Georgia covered 54 yards on 5 plays. It took 1:08, but there was some fortuitous bounces that was able to go the way of the Wolves, as well as a couple of unnecessary penalties.
They got a break, but then again, West Alabama's got to maintain their composure.
That kick's going to go out of bounds. There's the flag.
There's a West Alabama
and we
player.
are.
Well,
we got some.
Again, composure is key here. And West Alabama, two different occasions, have lost their composure and drawn flags in this football game.
In the discussion right there, looked to be number 39, Isaac Williams.
The Tigers are playing well enough to win. I talked about it right before we went to break. Well, the Tigers' defense especially is playing winning football. The offense has shown that they can move the ball. So it's just 13-7. It's a 6-point game. You understand that keeping your head in the game is important here, but this is a big drive by the offense, at least to click off some first downs. You do not want West Georgia to feel like they have gained the momentum. They've obviously gained a little, but if we can battle back here and show them that we're not going away, that'll make a big difference.
Dalton Bailey here to the near side. John Hilbert as well. 1st and 10 from the 35. Fakes the handoff. He's going to go far side to Darius Nalls. That'll be complete. He'll gain 4 yards on the play. So Nalls, once again, that's the 5th catch of the afternoon for Nalls. He's got about 50 yards on the afternoon. Yep. The guy that was just, we missed all week last week.
And a touchdown.
4 wide receiver set for Melton here on 2nd down. He wants to throw. He wants to go across the middle. He's looking for Caleb Bass, and that one will sail on him as he was getting pressure. And that'll bring up 3rd down for West Alabama.
I mentioned getting the tight ends involved in the second half. Caleb Bass was certainly one I was thinking of, one of them anyway. But West Georgia was thinking about him too. They had him bracketed. They had a linebacker in front of him and a safety behind him. There's just no way to fit that ball in. 3rd down 6 here.
3rd down and 6. Tucker Melton, 4 wide receiver set. Steps back to throw. He wants to go to the far side, and that one's going to be picked off. Picked off at about midfield. Inside Tiger territory.
Well, we saw Caleb Bass being double covered in the last play. He got double covered again on that play. The safety and the linebacker were right there bracketing him, and Tucker Melton's going to him all the way, and that time tried to fit the ball into a hole that wasn't there. West Georgia picks it off. Now the defense have got to get back out there and, again, with composure, make a stop here with the ball on their own 48-yard line. Mentioned West Georgia not getting any more of the momentum, buddy. That's not the way to start it right there.
That's a momentum killer for West Alabama as Frost will have it inside Tiger territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48. 4 wide receiver set. 1 man in the backfield. Hard count for Frost. He wants to throw. He's getting pressure from West Alabama. Throws across the middle. He's got the pass completed, and he'll be wrestled down at the 30-yard line. Pass complete to number 13. That's going to be Tay Huff. West Georgia 1st down.
Tigers haven't had any pass rush to speak of in quite some time. And of course, it's hard to do that and stop the run, too. But they've stopped the run successfully today.
1st and 10. Hands off to Carson. Carson finds a hole up the middle. West Alabama still trying to strip the ball, but he keeps his legs moving, and he's going to have a nice gain of about 8 yards on the play, maybe 9. As Shadarian Archie makes the stop for West Alabama. 2nd down and 1 for the Wolves. Checking in for the Tigers will be number 2, Kel Williams. He'll give Trayvon Stanford a little bit of a break.
Good time to take a shot here if you're West Georgia. 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. He hands off to Carson. Carson's running out of room. He reverses the field. And West Alabama once again with an opportunity to tackle him in the backfield and just not able to make those backfield tackles. He gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's like West Alabama comes in too high, and they're not able to change directions like the running backs are able to change. Now I realize they're scat backs, and they're built different than big old linebackers. But West Alabama comes in high, and they can't just stop him where he is. But they had him for a 3-yard loss, and he ended up making 2 yards in first down.
They give Carson enough for the first down, so it'll be first down and 10. Carson gets the handoff. He's forced to the left side. He'll get it around the end. Keeps his legs moving. He'll pick up 4 yards on the play. Bring up second down. 7:40 remaining here in the third quarter. West Alabama trailing 13-7 as the Tigers play host to the number 8 Wolves of West Georgia. They made the trip over from Carrollton.
Yeah. And they're getting, when they get hit, their running backs are falling forward for 2 yards almost every play. So if a 1-yard gain turns into a 3-yard gain.
3 wide receivers. Carson on the handoff. He's wrapped up right at the point of attack. Leading the charge is going to be none other than Michael Anderson. Michael Anderson also in there with Austin Cosby. So those 2 guys get in there, guys that have factored in pretty well for this defense. Kel Williams back in for West Alabama. It'll be third down and 6 yards from the West Alabama 17. Frost has Custis to his right. He wants to throw here to the near side. Perry had it in his hands, and he dropped it.
Well, we'd have had him for a loss if he caught it. Kel Williams was back there about ready to tackle him, assuming that the officials took exception to the way he tackled him. We were going to have him for a loss, but as it turns out, it's going to be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Pretty good effort by the defense, Will. The second time that West Georgia's had the ball in the red zone and having to settle for field goal attempts.
Pellegrino.
Second down this half.
He'll be on the left hash. 1 of 3 on the year. The last one was blocked. Low snap. That one came out low. The holder was able to get it squared away, got the laces out, and Pellegrino sneaks it through there. That'll extend the lead 16-7 with 6:31 remaining here on Sly 104.9.
In today's world, it's nice to know who you're spending your money with. That's why GoCo's Exxon stores in Butler, Gilbertown, Silas, Coffeyville, Millry, Chatham, and Sweetwater, they are proud to be American-owned and operated. Stop into one of their stores today for a hot stuffed pizza, for real milkshake, ice cold drinks, snacks. They got everything. They even carry hunting and fishing supplies in most of their stores. Thanks for shopping local with your area GoCos.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
That king-cut ribeye at Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
Tigers trail at 16-7 here with 6:31 remaining in the third quarter as West Alabama's playing host to the Wolves of West Georgia. And Rob and I have had the pleasure of being able to bring the game to you this afternoon. A beautiful afternoon in Livingston. Temperatures in the high 80s, not a cloud in the sky, and it just doesn't feel like the latter part of September. It feels like a July or August afternoon here in Livingston.
It does.
And we have had a great afternoon for football as West Alabama has, for the greater part of this game, enjoyed the lead, but trails now.
Yeah.
Lots of football left.
They made one mistake to throw. The guy intercepted was a mistake. Made a mistake on defense with a penalty on a second down play, but for the most part, it's been a field position game, and West Georgia has taken advantage of good field position in the second half. So, for the Tigers, who've got 21.5 minutes left to go in this game, 9 points is not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. First thing you got to do is start winning the field position battle.
Pellegrino puts a foot in it, end over end. Nelson will field it at the 9. He'll bring it across the 15, makes a move at the 20, the 25, the 30. He'll be wrestled to the ground at the 34-yard line. A nice return by number 5, Darius Nelson. And flags on the play, and we got all sorts of craziness going on.
We got 2 players there that are fighting after the play. It's a West Alabama player and a West Georgia player. 3 flags, and based on history.
That's Isaac Williams again.
When it's 50-50, the Tigers are outnumbered. It'd be well to call offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct on both of those players, but composure is a big deal here.
Composure and discipline, definitely a big deal.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 39 on the receipt after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
So they do get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams. MJ Latimer for West Georgia, and then for West Alabama, Isaac Williams. So they offset, so that nothing necessarily hurt there unless one of those players gets another unsportsmanlike conduct. It has gotten testy out there.
Definitely testy, and then, I love broadcasting games, especially when you're close enough where you can hear the fans.
Yeah.
And we have some very passionate fans that are displeased with the officiating.
What is going on here now? He was tackled at the 34, and they're wanting to move. They don't know where the ball should be spot. He still doesn't know.
I think our line judge here has got it marked.
I do too. It's the 34-yard line.
There we go.
Goodness gracious. That I have not seen before.
That was touch and go there for a second, but
well, we got it now.
We were able to get it squared away, and it'll be 1st down and 10, West Alabama. Tucker, Melton, and company will go to work from their own 34-yard line. They've got 6:24 remaining in the third quarter. It'll be a 3-wide receiver set. Hand off to Battle. He comes here to the near side. They got him by the back of the neck. He keeps his legs moving. But I am afraid Battle is going to lose about 1.5 yards on that play because he's just not able to make the corner and go north and south.
No, the Tigers were not able to seal the edge there. Remember that Devin Salters is not in the game, so the Tigers having to replace him, and the backup just wasn't able to get that corner sealed and allow Battle out to the outside.
Battle on the handoff. He'll go up the middle. He'll get it across the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 4 yards on the play. So positive yards on 2nd down, but it'll be 3rd down and long as West Alabama's looking at a 3rd down and about 8 from their own. That's about 36-yard line.
Yep.
4-wide receiver set. Dalton Bailey here one-on-one to the near side. Battle in the backfield. Melton wants to throw. He's got Owen Harper coming across the middle, and he's going to gain about 4 yards on the play, but well shy of the 1st down mark as Harper reels that one in. And once again, the services of Trey Sullivan will be called upon.
Yeah, I don't know why West Georgia doesn't blitz every play. The Tigers, they reacted to the blitz by throwing the hot route over the middle, and, of course, West Georgia's there to make the tackle. They were happy to give up 5 yards as long as they give up 9.
Blackman looks to be back deep to receive. That one hits, and Blackman's trying to get out of the way, and it almost bounces and hits him. Then he decides to gather it in. He takes off, and Blackman will be taken down at the 10-yard line.
In hindsight, it actually was a pretty good play by Blackman. If the ball keeps rolling, it goes inside the 5-yard line, and he stopped it from rolling any further and almost broke out of there. The Tigers did a good job on defense of getting him tackled at the 11-yard line. So at least, though, and I mentioned this earlier, start with field position. And they've done that. They've flipped the field now, and it's up to the defense to keep them down here.
48-yard punt by Trey Sullivan.
Good time for it.
That puts the West Alabama defense on the field once again. Frost, he'll go to work from his own 10-yard line. He's got 3 wide receivers. He'll move his running back up to his right. Hand off. He's got room. He's tripped up at the 15, and he'll be marked down at the 19-yard line. Slow to get up for West Alabama. Looks like Shadair and Archie. Running back in for West Georgia, Darius Clark, the senior, out of Kennesaw, Georgia. 2nd down and short for the Wolves. We hit the 4:15 mark. The Wolves lead by 9. Hand off.
That was a loss there, Will. Back at the 18-yard line. 3rd down now, and Tigers have been good on 3rd down tonight. So we finally got them to 3rd down. We've got to close the deal here.
Clark on back-to-back carries for the first time of the afternoon will bring up 3rd down as the West Alabama defense is trying to get themselves off the field and put the offense back on there. 3rd down and 3. West Georgia from their own 18-yard line. Frost hands off. No, he fakes the handoff, then wants to throw. It'll be deflected at the line of scrimmage. I believe number 9, Lamar Gray, got a hand on it, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yep. Big play, a 3 and out right there where you needed it the most, inside of the 20 of West Georgia. Now the Tigers should have good field position when they get it back. That was what the doctor ordered there with 3:25 to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 9.
So the punter, Riley Mason, he'll stand at his own 3. The return man for West Alabama's Darius Nelson. He'll be at his own 40. Puts a foot in it. Wobbly spiral is going to hit at the 45, go across midfield, and take a West Georgia roll all the way down to the West Alabama 33-yard line. So not a great punt as far as off the foot, but a good result on the roll.
That 50-yard punt. I mean, these punters have learned on this turf. You just kick a low liner and let it go. It's 50 yards. It rolled another 25 on the turf, and the Tigers were fortunate just to get out of the way of it and not force a fumble. But, it makes it hard to get anything going when you're facing a 50-yard punt.
1st down and 10 for West Alabama. Tucker, Melton, and company will go to work from their own 33-yard line. Wants to throw. He looks to go to Darius Nalls on the far side, and Nalls is spun around. That one will fall incomplete.
Yeah. Nice hit that came up that time by West Georgia. Number 27, Kadarius Satterwhite, came up and hit Nalls as the ball got there, and that apparently is a legal hit. Where Shamar Lewis does it, it's not. Don't understand that, but those are the rules we're playing under today.
Hilbert and Benyon will be the receivers here to the near side. Caleb Bass in at tight end. Darius Nalls to the top side. Bry Webb will be in the backfield to Melton's left. 2nd down. Melton rolls, throws across the middle to Caleb Bass. It'll be a complete pass, but he might only get a yard, if any, on the play. Is good pressure right there by West Georgia. We hit the 3-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter, so it's going to bring up. Should be 3rd down. They haven't switched the marker on the sideline. Melton wants to throw. Pressure from West Georgia. He's got some time. Throws across the middle. He's looking to go to John Hilbert. It's batted down by number 7 in coverage. That's going to be Jalen Lee. Hilbert had a step on his man, but Lee was able to get a hand on it. And it'll be a 3 and out for the West Alabama offense. And Trey Sullivan, he'll have to come in and go to work once again. Sullivan on the afternoon, 8 punts. He's averaging just over 41 yards per. His long this afternoon of 53.
Hilbert just couldn't get any separation that time. And they're moving West Georgia's punt returner way up this time. They're going to try to eliminate that whole kick and roll. He moves way up, catches it, a fair catch. And that changes the field position by 20 yards. So the one simple thing, the coaching staff moved him 10 or 15 yards up further than he would normally sit in his spot. So they thought, if he kicks it over my head, fine, but he's not going to kick it in front of me, and he didn't. So that punt is going to end up being probably a 35-yard punt, if I had to guess. But now West Georgia's a little better field position. Ball's at 34. Hilbert just wasn't able to get any separation. And Tucker Melton on 3rd and 9 felt like he needed to throw it. And I guess he felt like he could not scramble, but he bought himself a good bit of time stepping up in the pocket there that time and being able to make that throw.
Custis will be the lone back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. A lot of pressure by West Alabama, and they're going to catch him in the backfield. Great job by the Tiger defense as they sniffed that one out. I think leading the charge for West Alabama was Devontae Bryant, the 6'7" grad senior out of Pensacola, Florida. Big loss of 4 on the play, and that'll be 2nd down and long.
Well, they've been close to making that play several times today, but finally closed it down that time and forced the 2nd long.
4 wide receivers set for the Wolves. Frost with time, pumps, throws again, wobbly, wounded duck as his arm was hit as he released it.
Devontae Bryant again is who hit him, and just a little bit of a pump fake there gave Bryant enough time to get in there and knock the ball away. But the way the game's gone so far is the ball lands in the middle of 4 players who had no chance at it. The ball goes anywhere else, it's intercepted.
West Georgia, 3 of 12 on the afternoon. On third down, he'll deploy four wide receivers. Does Frost. He works from his own 31. He looks to throw here to the near side. He's got a receiver coming across the middle. That's number 15. He'll get it to the first down marker and then some, as West Alabama is not able to keep them from moving the chains. They make the tackle at the 49, but a first down pitch and catch right there for Frost, as he was able to complete that to Zaire Wilson.
That's a big play. Big play right there by West Georgia. Just a slant route. Got in front of the defense and was able to make the catch and enough yards after the catch to generate the first down at the 49-yard line.
Custis in the backfield. Blackman and Perry here to the near side. Split wide receivers on the far side. Fakes the handoff. He wanted to throw it coming out of the man out of the backfield. The intended receiver, Tay Huff, tipped it around to himself a couple of times, but that one falls to the turf incomplete.
Yeah, they just sort of run a little swing pass out there to the side and just overthrew his wide receiver. Oh, the Tigers made a big play.
Not sure. 1:14 remaining in the third quarter. West Alabama's defense on the field, second down and 10. West Georgia from their own 49. Tucker wants to throw. Intended receiver was number 15. That's going to be Zaire Wilson. Turf monster got him and brought him to the ground. Gravity still works. That'll bring up third down.
And T.J. Newell's on the far side corner, and he and the sidelines having a discussion on the far side of West Georgia sideline. But this is where the rubber meets the road here. We allowed a third and long play to be converted on the last series of downs. Tiger defense got a hole up here.
Third down and 10. West Georgia from their own 49. Melton drops back to throw. He gets a little bit of pressure. He wants to go across the middle. That pass will be complete to number 15, Zaire Wilson, as he'll get a first down for the Wolves.
It's pretty clear Zaire Wilson's been their go-to guy here, and he's listed as backup wide receiver. And he's converted 2 first downs now for West Georgia on really good throws and even better catches over the middle. He beat T.J. Newell to the inside, and 11-yard gain. All they needed was 10.
Hand off to Custis. He dances around at the line of scrimmage, and he'll find a hole there to the left side. And what looked like another no gain is going to turn into a gain of about 6 on the play, as Custis makes good work on first down, bringing up second down and 4. Bo Bishop out. Tell Williams in. Then they think better of it.
Should be the last play of the quarter.
Hand off to Custis. Left side, he's got some room. He battles his way across the first down marker and then some. He'll pick up 5 yards on the play. And it looks like we should run it out right there. So that'll do it for the third quarter. 16-7 your score here on Sly 104.9.
Hello, West Central Alabama. I am State Farm Agent Justin Whitson, and I took over for the legendary State Representative A.J. McCampbell. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, then a new good neighbor is already in your neighborhood. Please stop by our office at 1327 U.S. Highway 80, Demopolis, or feel free to visit my website at www.whitsoninsurance.com. That's WHITSONINSURANCE.com. Or give me a call at 334-289-5664. We appreciate everybody. Go Tigers.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mart pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
At the University of West Alabama, we want to help you find your something. We offer nearly 60 undergraduate programs in several areas of study, including education, natural sciences, nursing, business, technology, and more. Find your home at one of the safest college campuses in the nation and make lifelong friends through Greek life or student clubs and organizations. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of UWA's generous transfer credit policy and competitive tuition. Get started at UWAradio.com. That's UWAradio.com.
Livingston Auto Parts has been family owned and operated for over 40 years in downtown Livingston. They've been serving the surrounding area, all the hydraulic hoses, batteries, spark plugs, oil, and belts that keep your vehicle and farm equipment going. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Hey, if they don't stock it, it probably doesn't exist, but I'm sure they can order it for you. Livingston Auto Parts.
15 minutes remaining in the contest as we get ready to go to quarter number 4. The Tigers trail the Wolves of West Georgia by a score of 16-7. West Georgia comes into the contest this afternoon ranked 8th in the nation, and West Alabama's offense has been able to amass 224 yards of total offense. Tucker Melton 14 of 28 for 136 and a score.
It's important to note that in the third quarter alone, West Georgia outscores the Tigers 10-0, but outgains the Tigers 161-17. And that's we talked about the third quarter and how West Georgia likes to play those third quarters coming out of halftime. But you got one quarter left, still a 9-point game, very much in this football game.
Frost hands off to Carson. Carson with nowhere to go, and West Alabama. Terrence Monroe and company in on the stop.
We got two players with their helmet off. One is down on the field at the 25-yard line, the West Alabama player.
And then coming off gingerly also looks to be number 35, Devontae Harris.
And his helmet came off. He's just got to sit one play. But the Tigers do have a man down, a defensive lineman. Can't get the number yet, but he is in some pain there at the 25.
I don't want to speculate, but it may be Michael Sharpley.
It's, yes, you're correct. Exactly who it is.
Sharpley's going to be up. He takes a few steps and then takes a knee, and then he's back at it and going to jog off.
Yeah.
A little shaken up, but he jogs off. It looks like he's kind of maybe got a stinger or something up there in and around the neck area.
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe a stinger is probably the right guess from our angle. He's kind of holding his neck a certain way. And anyway, he's being attended to on this near side. They're not even taking him to the tent.
Second down and 16, 33.
But it's second and 16. The Tigers have had him behind the chains a couple of times this series. They've got to keep him there.
Frost wants to go downfield. He goes across the middle. Intended receiver diving, rolling, and that one will fall incomplete.
He had him, and Frost just underthrew him that time. He had a little post pattern, gotten inside the defensive back, and forced the incomplete pass. Now, this is I believe that you will see Coach David Dean call this 4-down territory. There's just no need to attempt a field goal from this distance unless they make 10 or more yards.
Jaden Tuck checks in. Pass out here to the near side. Gang tackle by West Alabama.
Let him go. Let him go.
As West Alabama's Trayvon Stanford and company.
I'm sorry, this would be a 43-yard field goal, a 44-yard field goal if they attempt it. David Dean is going to attempt the field goal, but I would be wary of a fake here. The leg, the field goal kicker's not impressed me with the strength of his leg. He may get all of this one. He's setting up for a 44-yarder. Last time he attempted a field goal to 40 yards or longer, he got it blocked.
Pellegrino from 44. He'll be on the left hash. We hit the 14-minute mark. Good snap and a good hold. Pellegrino. No, sir. Not close. Not close at all. As that one falls about 8 yards short of the goal post, and West Alabama's defense holds the score 16-7 with the Tigers trailing. We got 13:54 remaining in the contest, and Rob, I think this is an opportunity right here if West Alabama can put something together with this drive and just get that momentum back on their side. I mean, there's plenty of football left here to play, and checking in for West Alabama is not someone I anticipated seeing right here, but I saw him warming up. It's going to be Jake Corcoran. Corcoran will be in at quarterback. We saw him in some limited time earlier in the season as he's going to deploy 4 wide receivers. He's got Bry Webb in the backfield. Corcoran wants to throw. He throws to Webb out of the backfield, and Webb makes a spin move at the 25 and gets pinned to the ground on a good clean hit. It's a completed pass, but a loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up second down at 11.
Yeah, it needed 1 extra block out there, but you definitely don't want to go backwards on first down. It's going to make the day a little longer for Corcoran.
Corcoran hands off to Webb. Webb will gain 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down. Third down. I'm scanning the sideline. Rob.
I see Melton on the far. He's about the 24-yard line.
I got him. Not sure what's going on with that situation, but Corcoran's in. It's third down. 8 to go.
I just think that the coaching staff decided to try something. Give Melton the time to get over there and watch a series. He just needed a spark offensively.
Corcoran puts Bailey in motion. He's got pressure. He's pushing out to his left side. He's going to be wrestled to the ground from behind after a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, the West Georgia defense did a good job of grabbing Corcoran by his horse collar and brought him down. There's no flag on the play, so it must have been a very legal play to do that. He only picked up 3 yards, so it's fourth down and 6. You can't fault them for doing it if they get away with it.
Trey Sullivan in for his 10th punt of the afternoon. He's averaging just over 40 per. He's long with 53. Blackman will stand at his own 40. Sullivan, wobbly spiral. Blackman fields it at the 33. He wants to run. He'll kick it across the 40, makes a move the 45, the 50. The 40 down to the West Alabama 40-yard line before he's forced out of bounds in front of the Wolves bench. Solid return right there for Blackman.
Caleb Bass stole a West Georgia player's towel, and they almost fought him over it. Of all the things that you see, the West Georgia sideline's asking for a flag because Caleb Bass stole the towel.
Well, I guess he needed a towel.
Well, but the what just happened, though, was special teams has now become a big part of this football game. They flipped the field on us. Instead of having the ball back their own 30, a big, nearly 30-yard return puts them in West Alabama territory to 41, and the sands of the hourglass are going right through the glass. You know, when you're already getting outgained by 150 yards in the second half, special teams don't need to pile on to that, but that's what happened there.
Frost hands off. That's going to be to Clark. Clark will pick up 3 on the play.
And Michael Anderson came up and made a great tackle there, Will. Of course, there were only a 2-yard gain on the play.
Jaden Tuck checks in for West Alabama.
There's just no room for error when they get the ball at the Tiger 40-yard line. You just got to hold them right here.
Second down and 8. Clark with a handoff. He's got room on the left side. He fights his way down to the 31-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. They're going to give it to him.
8-yard gain. That's all he needed was first down, and that's a big first down because now that gets them a little bit closer to field goal territory.
21 first downs on the afternoon for West Georgia. West Alabama with 13. As Frost looks to the sideline, he'll have...
Well, more importantly, I think West Alabama only has 1 first down in the whole second half. Yeah.
Clark in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Batted at the line of scrimmage and in and out of the hands of West Alabama's Trayvon Stanford. He touched it with the left hand and then the right, but he wasn't able to secure it for the interception. But that one falls incomplete. That would have been a phenomenal turnover for West Alabama had Stanford been able to get the handle on it.
Buddy, they owe us some breaks. That would have been one right there. Because Salt had a hard time catching Stanford if he catches that ball. Mercy.
Second down and 10 from the Tiger 31-yard line. Frost with 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Flags come in.
They're going to call false start against West Georgia. I'm a little surprised. Tigers came in and showed blitz, and West Georgia reacted to it, and they're going to get the false start call. Yep.
6th penalty of the afternoon for West Georgia. That makes it second down and long.
Once again, the West Alabama defense has just played winning football today.
They have looked sharp for sure as Frost deploys 4 wide receivers. He's got time to throw. He wants to go to the near side, and his would-be receiver tripped over the 25. Intended receiver was number 10, Zay Britt. Britt just got tripped up. That one sails on him. Third down and 15.
Nice job by Kel Williams in coverage. Didn't really initiate any contact there. Just fell down. Third and 15. West Georgia's been able to pick up a few of these in the second half, and this is a big one. Once again, especially in lieu of the field goal kicking situation, they may punt if they don't get this.
5 of 15 as Frost flushed out of the pocket. Wants to throw toward the middle of the field. He throws into triple coverage, and that one intended receiver was Javian West, but that one goes incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
David Dean is going to go for this. I'm really a little surprised. I almost expected him to punt here, but he's going to go for it.
4th and 15.
This is an opportunity for the Tigers here with the ball at the 36-yard line.
1 of 4 on the year is West Georgia on 4th down. 4 wide receivers. Frost with a lot of time.
Yes, stop him short.
Pass complete to number 10. That's going to be Britt, but it'll be short of the 1st down. So West Alabama's defense holds and will force a turnover on downs. Whew.
Yeah, good.
Goodness.
So they give Tigers a little bit of a break there. I still say I would have pooch punted it down inside the 20, just to keep the Tigers back against the wall. They get a little bit of breathing room at the 29, but you certainly got to consider that a win. Just a 9-point game still, 10.5 minutes to go.
Jake Corcoran in at quarterback, 1st down and 10. Surveys the scene. He wants to go near side to Hilbert. He's got him. That one's going to be a catch. And they wave it off. I'd like to see these two officials talk about it.
Yeah, the back judge, Hilbert had it, was stepping out of bounds, was probably out of bounds before the defender came in and knocked it away from him. I guess he didn't make enough of a football move to secure the catch. He had caught it, but didn't secure it. And Hilbert really did a good job of catching the ball. We've got to secure that ball all the way through.
Nalls here to the near side. Hilbert bending to the top side. Corcoran wants to go to Nalls. Back shoulder pass to the 40. And that'll be good enough for a West Alabama 1st down.
That's what Darius Nalls does for you, man. We can win one-on-one battles and get you 1st downs. We've missed
I want the T-shirt with your saying on it is if it's one-on-one with Darius Nalls, he's open.
Throw it.
1st and 10, Corcoran. Looking to throw. Nalls here to the near side. That'll be complete. 5-yard gainer on 1st down. So back-to-back passes to Nalls. He's got 7 catches on the afternoon. He's averaging over 10 per. So it'll be 2nd down for West Alabama. Jake Corcoran in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers. Bry Webb in the backfield. Corcoran with pressure, and he'll be taken down by number 53. 53 for West Georgia. That'll be Shea and O'Neal. Kind of got him from the backside, and a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, it came out of, Corcoran's finding out what Tucker Melton knew. He don't have time to do a lot. He looked at Nalls, and Nalls was still en route. Had to look somewhere else and really didn't have time for a second read.
3rd down and 12, West Alabama from their own 39. Jake Corcoran, 4 wide receiver set. Bry Webb in the backfield. Corcoran flushed out here to the near side. The pass will be complete to Caleb Bass, and he'll be forced out of bounds right around the midfield stripe. I think he's going to be just shy of the 1st down mark.
2 yards shy. The Tigers, with no hesitation, they're going to go for it. West Georgia has a man now that has decided that he's got a cramp, and maybe he does. He is laid down at the 50.
Marzavian Dix.
But it's going to bring up 4th and 2. And the Tigers have time to think about this. I really don't think there's going to be any hesitation. The coaching staff's decided they're going for it. They're going to bring in some more heavy personnel, though, I believe.
I would have to agree with that. I see Coach G and Don Bailey. They've got their personnel there on the side. They're motioning. They want to talk to Gabe Dunkel and Trey Sullivan.
I don't know. They're talking to some special teams players, I think. Coach Brett Gilliland is. They're going to have a timeout on the field here, Will.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them here on Sly 104.9.
Do you need a new vehicle today, or are you trying to keep your current vehicle running smoothly for a few more months? Hey folks, Lee Allen for Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No matter if you're in the market now or later, we're here for you. We have a lot full of inventory packed with cars, trucks, and SUVs. When you're ready, we have what you need at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian. Remember, when you're ready, we're ready. Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
At Sumter Insurance, we have the best insurance products and the most experienced staff. Come see us today.
Be a part of Nahiola Credit Union's winning team. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years and want you to be a part of our continuing success. We offer all types of financial services from personal and business checking accounts with no monthly service fees to low interest rate loan products. Nahiola Credit Union has been providing winning service for over 60 years. Come by and give us a chance to show you the credit union difference. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 16-7 your score in favor of the Wolves as West Alabama's going to go for it here on 4th down. It's 4th and 2. We got some of the big men in there up front. Bry Webb in the backfield. It'll be a 3-wide receiver set. Caleb Bass in at tight end. West Alabama just shy of the midfield mark. Corcoran steps up, barks out to Cadence. The snap, he looks to throw. He wants to go to Bass. Bass ain't going to get it. The pass was complete, but Bass never got the down marker. He never made it to the stick.
I still haven't seen a spot. I don't know what the heck just happened. It was an incomplete pass?
I think he caught it basically at the.
I don't think it was an incomplete pass because he would have caught it at the 50. I don't think he caught it. I think it was an incomplete pass because there's never a spot. If the spot would have been at the 50 or across it, and he spotted it back to the original line of scrimmage. I think he got dislodged from the football.
You're right. Here it comes up on the stats here on the computer. Pass incomplete, intended for Caleb Bass. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for West Georgia. He fakes the handoff. Frost wants to go downfield. That's going to be intercepted by number 1. And West Alabama is going to have some running room. He's got it all the way down to the 20, the 10. He leaps over a man, and that's going to be a West Alabama touchdown.
Holy mackerel, what a turn of events right there.
T.J. Newell.
There's a flag, Will, back here at the 43 that had nothing to do with anything. Let's see, it's on the other side of the field. Are they about to take this away from us?
Well, I tell you what, if it happens, it's going to go nuts.
Is nowhere near where the play was. Not within 50 yards of it.
T.J. Newell tips it to himself.
They're fixing to take the points back off the board.
He was able to get down the sideline.
They're fixing to take that from us. They called defensive holding, and West Georgia's offense is back on the field. Oh, my gosh almighty, they just took that touchdown from us. It was nowhere near the play. The play happened so fast. It was a 5-yard out that no one had time to hold.
Wow.
And they just took the points right off the board for us.
Well, I tell you what.
The defense comes back on the field. It was a 5-yard out. There's no way anybody had time. First of all, they held our guy that didn't get called. The defensive end was rushing the passer. The right tackle held him. And I was going to talk about before the pass was tipped, T.J. Newell ran it the other way. But not today, folks. Not today. Holy mackerel. We've got to do it again.
1st down and 10 from the Tiger 39. The handoff will be to Carson. He's going to gain 3 yards. And just a really frustrating turn of events right there is Newell. The ball was tipped. Newell tipped it to himself. He made his way all the way down the sideline. Hurdles a man at the 5. Gets into the end zone, all for naught, as West Alabama's called for a defensive hold. So,
well, still a 9-point game, 8 minutes to go. Still got time here, but they've been given gift after gift after gift today.
2nd down, handoff to number 20. That's going to be Clark. He'll get down near the 1st down marker, but will be just shy. Shader and Archie on the stop for West Alabama. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
You can just tell that a lot of air has gone out of the balloon here. The Tigers have got to, somehow have got to find another spark within them.
3rd down and 3. Clark on the handoff. He'll take it to the right side. He'll get across the 30. It'll be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah.
As they'll mark him down at about the 27-yard line. 7:27 remaining. 16-7 your score in favor of the Wolves. And a very deflated and frustrated Tiger crowd and Tiger sideline.
It's just been difficult to overcome the adversity on the field today. But they've still had opportunities, and they still have an opportunity here, but this is just going to be harder. Hold them to 3 at least.
First down, handoff to Custis. Makes a move at the line. He finds a little wiggle room. He'll pick up 7, maybe 8 on the play on first down, so it'll bring up second down and short.
Yeah, Custis is still running fresh, isn't he?
Custis, he looks good on the afternoon. This is a young man who's 17 carries on the afternoon, just over 70 yards. 17 carries and 78 yards. His long of 16. Frost, he'll deploy 3 wide receivers. Clark on the handoff. He'll get it around the right side. Take it up near the first down marker. Let's see, will they mark him with a first down?
Short of it by... No, they give him the first down. I thought it was going to be short, but whatever West Georgia needs tonight, they have been able to get.
24 first downs for the Wolves as the clock continues to run. 6:07 remaining in the contest. West Alabama trailing by 9. Frost looking to the sideline. Gets the sign he likes. Hands off to Clark. Clark dances around. Short gain.
He still picked up a yard. Fell forward for a yard over 2 West Alabama players. You got to give West Georgia a lot of credit for those little extra effort plays that make a yard here and a yard there, and those suckers add up. And they have played on the plus side of the field most of the game, and keeping the Tiger defense just sort of backed up and having to defend hard here.
Tuck in for West Alabama. Second down and 8. Hand off to Clark. That's going to be Custis. He goes to the left side. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Time is running out, though, Will. 5 minutes now and counting in this football game. It's coming down to really one play to force a field goal for the Tigers to have any chance whatsoever coming back in this game. The officials will let them.
It's going to be 3rd down and 2. West Georgia at the West Alabama, call it 9-yard line. Little shift on the front. Hand off to Custis. He wants to go right side.
They stopped him.
A whole log jam.
And West Alabama will take its first time out here, so they stopped him. That's a good play. Defensively forced the 4th down, and it's going to be right in the middle of the field. But West Alabama will take its first time out, stop the clock for 4 minutes, 21 seconds.
West Alabama wants a timeout. We'll take it with them here on Sly 104.9.
The only thing worse than having a broken down vehicle is having to pay an arm and a leg to have it repaired. Well, at York Automotive, they not only have the parts you need, but they have a certified mechanic on staff as well. They leave the area in standard 5-quart oil change prices at only $39.95. York Automotive Supply has everything you need for maintenance, like belts, hoses, tires, and antifreeze. Get the best service and save the most money at York Automotive Supply, 302 South Broad Street, York, Alabama.
When's the last time you've been to the Aloha Hawaiian Grill? They've got a few new things that I think you should try. How about the Polynesian barbecue sandwich? Or what about the Hawaiian wrap with grilled chicken, steak, filled with sticky rice, aloha sauce, lettuce, and cheese? My go-to is always the IE Tuna Poke Bowl. Come check out the Aloha Grill, Highway 80, Demopolis, Alabama.
In today's world, it's nice to know who you're spending your money with. That's why at GoCo's Exxon stores in Butler, Gilbertown, Silas, Coffeyville, Millry, Chatham, and Sweetwater, they are proud to be American-owned and operated. Stop into one of their stores today for a hot stuffed pizza, for real milkshake, ice cold drinks, snacks. They got everything. They even carry hunting and fishing supplies in most of their stores. Thanks for shopping local with your area GoCos.
The Wolves look like they're going to go for it on 4th down. It's 4th down and 2. The ball spotted on the West Alabama 9-yard line. On the year for 4th downs. West Georgia 1 of 4. Harrison Frost will have in the backfield Custis. 2 wide receivers to the top side. As the West Alabama faithful are standing on their feet here for this 4th down stand. 0 for 1 on the afternoon on 4th down. 1 of 5 on the year. Frost in shotgun. He's got Custis to his right. Hand off to Custis, and he's got some wiggle room.
Fumble.
But it looks like the ball is on the ground. And West Alabama's defense indicates that they have it.
Yeah.
And it will be a West Alabama turnover. The defense holds strong. And a big play right there on 4th down as the West Alabama defense has given the offense an opportunity to get back on this field with 4:15 remaining, trailing by 9.
Washington County's own Michael Anderson came out with that football. That was a big play because he had enough for the first down, but he fumbled it. And I guess he's trying to reach the ball out. Jake Corcoran will stay out there.
Corcoran, he'll bring him out 1st and 10. He'll go to work on his own. Looks like the 8-yard line. 3 wide receiver set. Battle in the backfield. Corcoran wants to go near side to Nalls. Nalls is going to reel that one in. He'll bring it all the way out to the 15. So a nice gain. Picks up 7 yards on the play. Gives them a little breathing room. 2nd down and 3. Corcoran from the gun. Hands off to Battle. Battle dances around. Finds a little hole here on the right side. Takes it out just shy of the 20. That'll be good enough for a West Alabama first down.
Yeah, they don't need to dilly-dally around. It's 2-minute offense from now on. Clock will stop on the first down, but got out a little breathing room there.
Corcoran from the gun. 3 wide receiver set. He wants to throw. He's got his eye on John Hilbert, and that one will sail on him. Pressure by the West Georgia defense. Hilbert, the intended receiver. The incomplete pass will stop the clock. 3-3-3 is all that's got on the board for the contest. West Alabama trailing 16-7. Jake Corcoran in for the Tigers. Hilbert, Nalls here to the near side. Bending to the top side. He's got his eye on Owen Harper. And in and out of the hands of Owen Harper, that would have only been a gain of about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Well, we're in a zone here, but they are bracketing our tight end. They're just not going to let the tight ends catch a ball. We keep trying to go to them, but there's 2 men around them every time we do. But, best bet's sort of the center of the field here with these 2 deep safeties.
3rd down and 10 for West Alabama. Ball on their own 20. Jake Corcoran in at quarterback. Wants to throw.
No.
Tries to throw, and that one's batted down. It looked like.
I think it's a fumble.
Is it a fumble?
Yeah, and West Georgia has it.
And West Georgia has it, and they're going to rumble their way into the end zone.
We'll see here.
Still waiting to see what they call.
It's West Georgia ball, but it's like the 5 or 6 yard line, I guess. Or they're going to spot it at the 6. Well, I didn't see anybody go down, but that's where they're going to spot it. Maybe he picked it up off the ground or something, but the ball never went forward. Jake Corcoran, when to throw it, the pressure collapsed around him, and the ball didn't come out of his hand forward. So it was a fumble, and he picked up and advanced some by West Georgia, number 45, Keandre Williams. It looked like he was going to score. They let it play out, but then somebody said he was down at the 6.
I'd like to go back and be able to see that one.
Yeah, barring some just absolute miracle, that'll do it. But, again, pass protection has been a struggle today against the West Georgia defense. And one last time, it got us.
3:18 remain. West Georgia 16, Tigers 7. West Georgia's offense will come out. It'll be 1st down and goal from the West Alabama 6-yard line. Frost to Clark. Clark up the middle. He stumbles. He's going to get in for a West Georgia touchdown. He'll get in from 6 yards out. If there's any kind of bright spot about the fact that they scored, at least it only took a couple of seconds, and West Alabama can get back on the field.
Might have been the best alternative. Let them score. But you never really want to do that. You're still a 2-touchdown game unless they go for 2 here. David Dean is not I mentioned it's not his first start. He is going to go for 2 because if he makes it, it's a 3-score game. So it's the right call. They're going to move the ball over the right hash here and try to be up by 17 instead of 16. It makes a big, big difference. He can effectively bury the Tigers here with a 2-point conversion.
Frost will bring him out. He'll have Carson in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side. He puts 1 man in motion. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, does Frost. He's got a man in the end zone, and that'll be batted down by Shadarian Archie.
Yeah, nice play by Shadarian Archie of being there and being aware and I think Frost really made a bad read there. If he gets the ball out quickly, he's got a man in the corner of the end zone. But he held on to it a little too long and really overthought it. And Archie was there to knock the ball down. So it's a 15-point game, and you know, the old you're saying there's a chance is still in play here. You got to score quick, make the extra point, then it's an 8-point game, and then the most exciting play in sports, onside kick, still in play. So, again, it just can't take anything away from what the defense has done today.
Now, the defense has looked really sharp, and you know, you've had guys that have really flown around the football this afternoon. Michael Anderson, 10 solo tackles. Shadaron Archie with 6. And, I mean, all sorts of positives from the defensive side of things.
Yeah.
And it's not like the offense has played poorly. That's just they haven't been able to they haven't found their mojo, so to speak.
Well, you know, if things stay the way they are, this will be 2 straight games where no points are scored in the second half. And that's got to be concerning to Coach Brett Gilliland and his staff is to, you know, sort of evaluating what we do at halftime and how we come out and make yards in the second half.
Pellegrino kicks it, fielded at the 6. Nelson's going to bring it out to the 10, the 20, to 25. He'll get across the 30, and he'll be forced out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. So a nice return right there by Darius Nelson. Tucker Melton's line, 14 to 28 for 136 and a touchdown. Jake Corcoran in his limited time this afternoon, 5 of 9 for 33 yards. As Corcoran will bring him back out, 4 wide receiver set. Looks like that's going to be Antonio Brown in the backfield for West Alabama. Corcoran wants to throw, goes here to the near side. It'll be Caleb Bass, and Bass takes a lick in the back.
Yeah, it's the exact same hit Shamar Lewis delivered, but Shamar Lewis got kicked out of the game for that hit. But they almost gave the West Georgia defender a gold medal for making the hit.
Bass out, Owen Harper in.
Issue with the chains on the far side. I don't know what the problem is. They'll fortunately stop the clock to do so. It actually gives the Tigers an opportunity to sort of get lined up and set, ready to play here.
This is like a timeout almost.
It is if we take advantage of it. We're kind of standing around watching them. Line up, guys.
So a 5-yard pass complete to Caleb Bass on first down will bring up second down and 5. Jake Corcoran, 4 wide receivers. Antonio Brown in the backfield. He's got time to throw. He's looking to go to Owen Harper. That one's going to be thrown into quadruple coverage.
Yeah.
Fortunate right there that the ball is kind of tipped and then goes to the West Alabama sideline because he wanted to go with Harper all the way, but there happened to be 4 Wolves all around him. Third down and 5 for West Alabama. 2:35 remaining in the contest. They trail at 22-7. Corcoran wants to throw, looking to go far side. Wanted to get out there to Dalton Bailey. That one will be falling incomplete. A lot of pressure on Corcoran right there. He wasn't able to step into it and almost didn't have enough arm to get it there, which very easily could have resulted in an interception.
Yeah, he took a 5-step drop and then turned and released and really didn't have time to do that.
4th down and 5 for the Tigers. Corcoran looking to go to Nalls here on the near side. Nalls has got it across the 50.
The question is,
did he go out of bounds?
There's a flag. They're going to say Darius Nalls is going to be guilty of illegal touching. The Tigers want to say that Darius Nalls was forced out of bounds by the defense. The official is going to say the opposite. Darius Nalls just ran out of bounds on his own volition and then came back in.
It looked like he was rubbed out of bounds and then came back in, and that's obviously what Coach G's going to tell you.
But there's a flag down on the field as though Darius Nalls is going to be guilty of illegal touching. Once again, they're going to say Darius Nalls ran out of bounds, and I don't know if they called the penalty and it's declined. I don't think they called the penalty. I think they're going to say that the pass was incomplete, that he never reestablished himself in bounds. So there'll just be a turnover on downs instead of adding insult to injury. First of all, I think they got that wrong. I think he was in bounds when he caught it, but I'm not sure whether he's forced out of bounds or not. Regardless, turnover on downs with 2:25 to go, and that will do it more than likely.
West Alabama will turn it over on downs. Frost will bring out his offensive unit. He'll have Clark in the backfield. Blackman will be among the wide receivers here to the near side. It'll be first down and 10. from the West Alabama 37-yard line. 2:25 remaining, 22-7 your score, with West Alabama trailing the number 8 Wolves of West Georgia. Still trying to figure out how they want to, they need to get the football into the game there. The unpaid officials are getting their money's worth. First down and 10. Hand off to Clark. No. Frost is going to keep it. And number 17, Bishop Bro, will be on the stop. Loss of 1 on the play, so at least second down. 11, clock continuing to roll as we approach the 2-minute mark. 2:04, West Alabama trailing 22-7. Second down at 11 for the Wolves. They work from the West Alabama 38-yard line. Frost content to let the play clock run down. It's at 8-7. Puts a man in motion to the near side. He'll hand that one off to Clark. Clark wants to go to the left side. He'll pick up a yard on the play. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and mark third down. 1:36 remaining as West Alabama's going to call a timeout. This has been a pretty good football game all afternoon long, and West Alabama has a little bit of time left, but that one's slipping by in a hurry. Yeah. On the afternoon, 360 yards of total offense for West Georgia, 259 for West Alabama. West Alabama 174 in the air, 85 on the ground.
You know, you saw it. I mean, the Tigers decided to try something different offensively in the fourth quarter and put Jake Corcoran in. They still just don't seem to have answers for second half offense. Now in 2 games, and so this time, you know, you did it against the number 8 team in America. You stood toe to toe with them for a long time, and you don't give brownie points for that. Defensively, you certainly played winning football again. You just keep giving West Georgia the ball and with good field position, eventually that bites you.
Third down and 10 for the Wolves. Hand off to Clark. He wants to go near side. He's kind of tripped up. He wants to make the corner. Not able to do so. Flags abound from everywhere. As West Alabama's clock has been arrested. 1:31 remaining in the contest. Officials meet up. Brian Detweiler, the referee, getting all the information. We'll hear from him shortly.
Well, you know, Tigers got to remember we got a game next week. You know, so you can't do anything to get you a problem for next game, dude. Another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Tigers there. That is at least the fourth. Only one of them is an offset, so this is a big 15-yarder. The Tigers with 1 first down remaining. Really, West Georgia could kneel on the ball here if they wanted to. They probably don't want to. They'll probably run it.
Officials, Mike, not fully operational as it was at the beginning. So I didn't get the number there, but it looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. Computer says D. Mays. So first down and 10. Ball on the West Alabama 18, 1:31 remaining. West Georgia's Frost has Clark in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Clark. And in to make the tackle will be Lamar Gray. Tackle for a 1-yard loss.
Lamar Gray's had a good game. I mean, he's been all over the field. He had a blocked field goal. He had a block pass, several tackles. He's played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, 6 total tackles, 4 solos, 2 for a loss. And he has definitely had a solid afternoon.
Yep.
As West Alabama's going to get the timeout. And Rob, you know, here we are with 1:26, 22-7 to score on an afternoon where West Alabama has played pretty well.
Yeah.
And just not able to get any offense going there in the second half.
Well, the home woes continue, right? I mean, it's struggling to win here on Tiger Stadium in the last 2 years, and you know, we've got another opportunity next week to try to get that correction as well. A couple of things that you've got to put it all together. Defensively, certainly was enough.
1:26 remaining. Second down and 11. West Georgia on the West Alabama 19-yard line. West Alabama with no timeouts left. The handoff to Clark. Clark will be met. Leading the charge for West Alabama will be number 32, Jamal Ellis. It'll be a tackle for a loss. And helping out on the tackle will be number 55, Jamarvis Turner. So third down and 14 for the Wolves as we go under a minute to play. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Frost, 3 wide receivers with Clark in the backfield. He'll bring him up to his right. Clark on the handoff has got a little bit of room on the left side, but he'll be wrestled to the ground by Trayvon Stanford.
They don't have to run another play. That's going to be it.
30 seconds on the play clock and no timeouts for West Alabama. And you're right, Rob. That's going to do it for this one. 20 ticks of the clock remain.
A little bit of revenge for West Georgia after last year's defeat there in Carrollton to these West Alabama Tigers. I think Tigers jumped out and surprised them last year, and West Georgia feels like they got a little revenge today, I think.
The final tick of the clock, and that'll make it official. West Alabama will fall to the number 8 ranked team, West Georgia, 22-7. And Rob has made his way down to the field. He'll be able to catch up with Coach Brett Gilliland. I've got eyes on Coach G. He's basically at midfield, Rob.
I see him. He's got his camouflage hat on.
He's rocking the camo today for the Military Appreciation Day. And West Alabama will gain 259 yards of total offense. Tucker Melton went 14 of 28 for 136 and a touchdown. Jake Corcoran came in, went 6 of 13 for 38 yards. The receiving corps, 7 different guys involved with receptions today. Darius Nalls doing the heavy lifting from the receiving corps, 8 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown. A surprise that we didn't see G. Pollard get into the mix this afternoon. But Caleb Bass was able to bring in 5 catches for 37. John Hilbert caught 4. And then Binion, Battle, Harper, and Webb each with a catch. And Coach G is making his way towards you, Rob.
He is. Coach Gilliland, thank you for your time. Toe-to-toe with him for the most part, but had a couple of plays. It was a 50-50 ball or a call here on Shamar Lewis. It just didn't go our way.
We just got to sustain drives in the second half. We got sustain drives and get points. That's the bottom line. We played a lot better than we did last week. Played a really good football team. They're a good squad. They're number 8 in the country for a reason. We just got to get better.
Defensively, I thought probably the best defensive game of the year. What's your assessment?
We'll see it on film, but we definitely played well on that side of the ball. They got cheap touchdown there late, but I thought we played well. We got to play better team football. We're not doing that right now.
And Shorter coming in next week. I guess you got a week to get ready.
We got some more things to fix and come out here and give it our best.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Brett Gilliland with his time here following the 22-7 loss.
I appreciate your work down there, Rob. What we can do, Rob, unless you're going to talk with someone else there on the sideline.
No, I'm not.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the stats. We'll preview next week. Quick break here on Slide 104.9.
Yep.
If you are responsible for taking care of someone who is nearing the end of life, let us help you. Legacy Hospice can bring services to your home or to a nursing facility to care for your loved one. For more information, call our office at 1-800-580-8479. Legacy Hospice serves 8 counties in the West Alabama area.
That king-cut ribeye, Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's in Livingston, just makes my mouth water thinking about it. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's is the South's last old-fashioned steakhouse. They cook them the old-fashioned way. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's open Thursdays and Fridays for lunch from 11 to 1:30. And if you want that famous steak, it's served Wednesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 9:30. Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's off I-59 and 20, exit 17, Highway 28 West in Livingston, Alabama. Check out Diamond Jim's and Miss Donna's on Facebook.
Hello, West Central Alabama. I am State Farm Agent Justin Whitson, and I took over for the legendary State Representative A.J. McCampbell. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, then a new good neighbor is already in your neighborhood. Please stop by our office at 1327 U.S. Highway 80, Demopolis, or feel free to visit my website at www.whitsoninsurance.com. That's WHITSONINSURANCE.com. Or give me a call at 334-289-5664. We appreciate everybody. Go Tigers.
At Boone's Pharmacy, your community health mart pharmacy, the health of you and your family is the heart of our mission. We go above and beyond to offer the friendly and knowledgeable support you deserve. We make managing your health easier with a variety of personalized services. It's what community is all about. In Demopolis, your community health mart is Boone's Pharmacy. Experience the difference. Boone's Pharmacy, 951 U.S. Highway 80, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We appreciate Rob getting down to the sideline and then back up to the press box. Again, the hardest working man in radio is he was able to do a lot for us here. And Rob, I'm going to let you catch your breath, but West Alabama's going to fall to the Wolves of West Georgia 22-7 on an afternoon where the first half they see a lead 7-6 going into halftime and just not able to get anything going in the second half. And you look at these two teams. I think that West Alabama matched up for the most part pretty well and just wasn't able to get anything moving there in the second half to tilt the scales in the Tigers' favor.
Well, they weren't, and you're exactly right. We talked about it at halftime. West Georgia had sort of a big third quarter against Morehouse, so it kind of led you to believe that they were sort of looking. They got into halftime, especially after not allowing any points right there at the end of the first half. West Alabama knocking on the door and had the interception there right before the end of the first half. And there's a couple of different themes that we've seen all season. The Tigers, right before the end of each half of now 4 games this season, have had opportunities to march the ball down the field and could not, for whatever reason, just seal the deal in late situations in the first half. And it's bled into halftime, and it's bled into the third quarter now, where we talked about the third quarter being very important. West Georgia's mentality is, well, we scored 28 on Morehouse last week. We can come out and sort of take control of the game this week against West Alabama. That's exactly what they did. They outgained West Alabama by 150 yards in the third quarter and outscored them 10-0. And by the end, West Alabama's offense is now in take chances mode because we've got to find something that works, right? And, just never really, the chances they took never really paid off for them.
Yeah, it's a tough loss at home, but West Alabama will do it again for the third straight week. They'll host Shorter next week, who had a close one today against Valdosta. I mean, they fell 34-30 if memory serves.
That's correct.
So Shorter, giving Valdosta all they wanted. They'll come in here next week. The kickoff is set for 2 p.m. We'll go on the air at 1:30. But looking back over the stats real quick, Tucker Melton, 14-28 for $136 and a touchdown. Jake Corcoran, 6 of 13. Bry Webb had 10 carries for 74 yards. Battle had 12 carries for 21. Our longest play from scrimmage on the rush was the 39-yard by Bry Webb. He averaged 7.4 per. 7 different receivers got into the mix this afternoon. Darius Nalls, 8 catches for 73 yards. He averaged just over 9 per. Caleb Bass, 5 catches for 37. John Hilbert, 3 catches for 39. Then Binion, Battle, Harper, and Webb, each with a catch of their own. So, it's tough for West Alabama. They come into today having lost at home last week, and the loss today pushes them to 2-2 on the season, 0-1 in Gulf South Conference play, but still a big portion of the schedule left. And speaking of the schedule, we'll go to Valdosta October the 8th. October 15th, we'll see us go to Delta State. Then we'll be back at home for homecoming, October 22 versus North Greenville. And then we'll flip-flop home and away for the rest of the way. October 29, it'll be at West Florida. November 5 will be at home versus Mississippi College. And then for the second time in the year, we'll have to go to Delta State for the final regular season game on November the 12th.
I'm beginning to believe that before next Saturday, somebody needs to sacrifice a live chicken over this field And so that our luck can change here at home. Of course, I'm joking, but it's only half joking.
It's one of those really weird things because, typically you have a lot of success at home, and West Alabama, although they have played well at home, they have had a tremendous amount of success over the last couple of years on the road, and that's one of those things that definitely, with Shorter coming in next week, you'd love to see West Alabama get back on the winning ways, and even this conference record at 1. But overall this afternoon, it was a beautiful day for football. We would have loved to have seen the Tigers come out with a win. Closing thoughts, Rob, on what we saw today and what we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks.
There's probably, I think you're not going to lose any sleep over the way the defense has played, but you're not going to sleep at all thinking about, wide receiver play has got to be more consistent. Offensive line play has got to be more consistent, and then we got to get, quarterback. Obviously, we had a quarterback change at some point today. Whether that sticks going into the next game, I don't know, but you got to wonder how that's going to play out in the meantime between now and Shorter. So, the boys still, you obviously still have a lot to play for. The season's far from over. You reel off 6 straight wins, you're right back in this thing. Really, you reel off 4 or 5 out of 6, and you're probably in it too. To be perfectly honest, there's wiggle room here because we do play in the toughest conference in Division II. So. You got to start next week and then go on the road to Valdosta and try to get a win there. If you do that, this season's right back on its head, and we got a real chance to make some noise here coming down the stretch. So, still a lot to play for, and still capable of playing for those things. But like you said, you got to do some things between now and Saturday to get ready.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have no doubt that the guys will get after it this week. For Wayne Grant back in the station, for Rob Pearson, I'm Will Atkinson. Thank you for tuning in for Tiger football. Have a good afternoon, and go Tigers.